Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We made it. We made it to Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday. I can't believe it's February 27th. What the heck? What the hey? How did that happen? There's only a few days left in February, then it's March. And you know what that means, folks? It's March. In March, we got the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2024 coming up. I'm so excited for it. Folks, it's so great to have the entire crew here. BK Dev, congratulations on your exclamation point first. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support, BK. It's actually wonderful to have you. Moon is right. I feel like it was 2 months ago. It's crazy. I can't believe it's happening again. Code Monk. It's so lovely to have you here. I love having you here, Code Monk. Code Monk, it blows my mind that I know yesterday we saw your followage. I feel like you've been here since the beginning. You're such a fixture to me in the stream. Thank you so much for being here all the time. Thank you so much for all the support you do. Thank you so much for contributing to the project and supporting the Academy. I appreciate you so much. Ascertainment, number 3, but number 1 in my heart. It's okay. It's okay, Ascertainment. I have a little spot right here for you. Little spot right here for you. APOC, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you, Mary Cat. I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. Hope you're having a beautiful week. Hope you're having a beautiful life. Hero Fox, also, it's great to see you, my friend. It's always wonderful to have you here. Lance, I'm glad work's all quiet on the Lance front. Glad to hear it. Kai X Stitches, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday. Moon is, I'm glad the moon is the way you described the moon. Oh, making me hungry. And I haven't had breakfast. The moon's shining bright like a quesadilla on a warm summer evening. I think if my quesadilla is shining bright, perhaps maybe I shouldn't eat it, but I'm not going to be able to help myself. I'm like a bug drawn to the light. Dragon Dust, congratulations on number 10. Nikki B. Hobby, and glad to have you back, my friend. I hope all things are well, or as well as they can be for you. Thank you so much for being here. Siler Atomic, also welcome back to the stream. Siler, I hope you're having a beautiful day. To pickups shine brightly so you know that you can pick them up. That's true. It's a little pick-me-up. A little pick-me-up. Pick-me-up. I don't know why I gotta do that with it. Folks, we got ourselves a freshly brewed cup of decaf coffee to get us going this morning. I might have to switch to regular caffeine today. I'm feeling a little bit tired. It's a little bit challenging to get up this morning. But I did it, but I'm so excited to work on our Pac-Man inspired game. I know we've been working on this a lot. This is one of the longer projects. Zoker Star, I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Zoker, how the heck have you been? It's great to see you here. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. Yeah, so we're working on our Pac-Man inspired game. As long as you've done on stream, I think this might be the longest project I've done on stream, Smab. Sorry, Moon is. I'm pretty sure this is the longest project I've done on stream, but I'm having so much fun with it. Moon is, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's so crazy about this. I know I've said in the past it's not possible to unit test or to write tests for games, or it's hard to write tests for games. This is kind of teaching me. Smab has been pushing me to say, write more tests, and it's kind of been pushing me to be like, you know what? I think I can write tests for games, and I've just been telling myself I can't because it's hard. There are certain things we can do. There are still certain things that are really hard to test, like how something feels, but you can write. It's kind of crazy. It's blowing my mind here a little bit. But I'm having fun doing it last night, so check it out. Here's what we've done so far. Smab, also welcome back, and thank you so much for all your contributions to this project. Folks, before we hop in, I do want to say that you can... did I close the tab there? Hang on, let's open this back up. You can contribute to this project. Hang on. Why won't this more of an iterative process than the other types of dev. Yeah, so you have to have. I'm not saying you can't write tests. I'm not saying you can't write, or people don't write tests. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Are the crew joining the Dungeon Crawler Jam? Do I need to prepare? Oh, I'd love to have as many people doing it as can. Look, it's not my jam. Dungeon Crawler. We're gonna get distracted here. I'm gonna have to open this up. Dungeon Crawler Jam 2024. This is the first big jam I did. 2023 was the first big one I did on stream. I had a blast doing it. Two nerdy nerds, thank you for the follow. But 2024 is coming up. If you guys want to check that, I'm gonna have to add in a DC Jam one there. It's just different, yeah. Are covered by whichever engine you are using. That's true, Smab. That's true. That's true. Glitcher1, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow, Glitcher1. I gotta say, thank you on this beautiful day for following me. Glitcher1, thank you for the follow. Testing baseline is always fairly easy. Once you start testing movement and similar mechanics, it can get messy. Yeah, so here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing that my game is so simple. Let me put it that way. Pac-Man, I know what Pac-Man, I know what my game wants to do. I know what the mechanics want to do. Why won't you launch? Why won't you launch for me? I think I have to open up a program here first. Visual Studio Code, man. It's Visual Studio Code drives me nuts. Here, let's get this reloaded. But I have been learning how to write better tests for games, and one of the biggest things for that, Moon, is let me just show you real quick, and then I know you'll get back to what you can get back to your lurking. Get back to your lurking. Welcome back to the stream, Clayman. The biggest thing, and Unity provides a way to do this, I just haven't used it, is that my update function, my update takes in a delta time. Okay? My update function takes in a delta time. Yes, man, I probably need to do that. I did it on my Mac to make it work. My update takes in a delta time, and this has made things more testable. Unity provides a thing to do this called playtests. Unity provides playtests, which will launch a scene and run a scene, and you can tell it to pause and play that scene a certain number of time steps. So this has been the main reason I've been able to do this in this way. And I could totally write these tests in Unity. I just haven't done them before. And what I will say is I've actually, by writing the test this way, I've caught quite a few bugs in the last 2 days, and that's really cool. Clement says caching delta time is actually more efficient because time.delta time has to make a call into the C++ engine, which has tiny but noticeable overhead and grand scheme of things. Caching delta, oh, that's fine. No, all I'm saying is this is what has allowed me to write my test. Unity provides a way to do it that's just different. They use an IEnumerable. There's a high level end thing that does it. But just to see if it's possible. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean that Unity's lacking this. I was just saying that I've avoided doing it because I just didn't know how. Also, then I have to use NUnit, which it turns out I don't like very much. But I digest. So we'll move forward. Clayman, it's so wonderful to see you, my friend. Folks, you guys don't know Clayman Dev. Incredible streamer, developer, software programmer, game dev, working on Epic Hero Game. You guys got to go check it out. Go check out Epic Hero Game. Look at this game. Do you want to shoot Kamehamehas? Do you want to beat up Cyclops with a club? Do you want to be an epic hero? Save the world from total destruction, folks. Get Epic Hero. You can't get it. You can't get it. Go talk to Clayman. Maybe he'll let you play it. Maybe he'll let you play test it. But you got to come over here. You got to wish list it. Boom. Wish list it. You see this button? You can't click it enough times. With enough different colors. Hero Fox, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to this stack. Boom. Thank you for the hat. All right. Very few people need this level of optimization usually. It's something else that should be fixed first. Yeah, but the engine takes care of it for us, I think, Muniz. I think is what we're saying in Unity. Just make sure you click the odd amount of times. Just make sure you click it until it says that you have it in your wish list. That's really, really what we need. It's so interesting. My music is so loud. Hang on. Something. I gotta fix something. My volume mixer's all wonky here. Why is this so loud? The music is so loud to me and everything else is so quiet. I'm fixing it here. All right, the music is probably really quiet for you guys now. The VLC updated and the audio balance is all wonky in it. That's okay. Yeah, Muniz, I know what you were responding to. His response was that it was cached. Wasn't it cached? Caching delta time is actually more efficient because time.delta. Oh, never mind. I thought you were saying that time.delta time was cached. Is time.delta time not cached? Fascinating. Fascinating. I actually would have assumed that they would have done something really helpful with time.delta time. Or really cached. Muniz, thank you for the correction. Thank you for the correction. I am always wrong as usual. As per usual, don't listen to the crazy man in the bottom right corner of your screen. That crazy man doesn't know what he's doing. It's just flailing like a monkey. All right, so what did we do last time? I added some new stuff. Roger, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday. It wasn't cached when I was looking at it a few years. It might have changed. I don't know. That feels like I don't know. The mechanics of it might be interesting on it. I feel like it should be cached per frame, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let me look here. Okay, so what did I add yesterday? Here's what I added yesterday. Hero Fox, what did you get up to? We made some good progress. I did some stuff off screen too. So we added quite a few things. Projectile should be lethal before hitting a wall. Projectile should be non-lethal after hitting a wall. Projectile should curve around one corner. These are some of the things we did. Player should not start with projectile, have projectile when creating projectile is set. Pick up non-lethal projectile. So let me show you what we have. Why won't this run anymore? This is, oh, you know what probably happened is my Mac configuration probably busted this. All right, sorry. Let me run it from here just real quick. Just so we can see it, and then I gotta get that fixed. Okay. Just so we can see what's going on with it. All right. So this is what we have so far. Catman can go eat stuff. Catman will get a projectile. So let's see if we can use the projectile to kill these two baldies. So they start running. We can hit them with the projectile for a limited amount of time. Okay. The projectile can actually, if I do it right, after we run out of time, so they do start running from you. So one thing that's different about this one is that if the baldies touch you while you have it, you still get killed. And I think that's a behavior that I want. I missed. All right. So we do have the different colors. They run back to the beginning. They try and escape from you. I might slow them down. Pac-Man has a gun. Run. Those ghosts better run. It's true. They better run. Run from my bowler cap. So it's gonna be a bowler hat. We're gonna create different power-ups. Uh-oh, I'm out. So we have what feels, it doesn't, the difficulty doesn't increase as the levels continue. That's the one thing that's really missing, is that the levels don't increase, or the difficulty doesn't increase. So the ghosts don't get faster, the timeouts don't get longer. So there are still things we gotta fix. There are still things we gotta do to finish this up. We should have deadly space laser. Well, the idea, I curved wrong. You can go pick up the projectile, which I like. So there's a couple things we might do today. So that's the game. That's what we have so far. So a lot of cool stuff going on. Let's go look. I opened up a bunch of new issues. And remember, folks, I want people to, I'm loving that people are contributing to this project. And if you want to contribute to this project, you can. You can just hop over to the issues page here on the GitHub. It's not Hero Fox, not just me. It's Code Monk has been helping out. Tuber Tugger's been helping out. Smab's been helping out. The whole chat's been helping out as well. And so, tootin' and contributing. That's right, BK. And so if anyone wants to contribute in any way that you think is possible or that might be helpful, you can do so. If you just download, run the code, play the game. If you find issues, submit the bugs. If you find, if you see these, hang on, something's going on. Stop. You guys can't see it, but on the other screen, things are going weird. You can add issues, add things that are missing, open up a pull request, make some contributions. Okay, so it's kind of a game that you can play that does stuff. So there's a couple things that I would like to consider. There are a couple things I'd like to consider. One thing I was thinking about doing, where is it? We might do some art today. We might add some sounds in today. So the sound toggle would be good. You guys can't hear it, but the sound is a little bit a little bit rough. Here, so you guys tell. I'm surprised that it's not worse. Oh, I need to do this launch configuration. Why doesn't the all right? Let's look into that. I can't remember exactly what it is. Launch settings, C# launch settings. You almost wrote the sound. Yeah, me too, Smab. It's a little bit. It needs to have one. It's a little bit rough. All right, just so everyone knows how rough it is. M for mute. Yeah. It's a little bit. It's a little. It's a little much. It's very Pac-Man-y though. That if you go play Pac-Man, I was like, well, let's go. Welcome. Yeah, exactly. Saying welcome. Let's 1 second here. What am I doing? I'm scattered today. Launch settings. Use environment. Multiple environments as VS Code. M for max music volume and M for max sound. M for more. And there's only a volume increase button. In the option it just says M controls the sound. M for more. It's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. I gotta remember. Is it launch.json? So I hate to just point VS Code launch to the profile defined. Vibes, here come the vibes. Thank you for the hat today. Thank you for the hats. Let's get a hat added to this stack. Thank you for the vibes. What's going on, vibes? I hope you're having a wonderful day, Ben. Workspace, relative folder, to path. Okay, so this is sort of what I want. It's under the docs. Here. Doing awesome vibes, and I'm having an absolutely beautiful day. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm getting going. I'm getting woken up. The crew's here. We're cooking. We're making some progress. Rex, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you. It's great to have all you beautiful people here. If it's not specified, the command project will be used. Profiles, command, environment variables go here. There's so much document. I don't want a debugger. I just want to launch.json. VS Code. I think it's just launch.json. VS Code launch.json. Debugging. All right. Launch.json. I want to launch.json for C#. Why am I so bad at Googling? VS Code. Okay, great, Smab, great. I don't know why. I feel like I should have one. Smab, thank you. Let's take a look. Look, I can't do anything myself anymore, folks. I'm powerless. Need to train the ancient art of Google Fu. It's true. I feel like profiles, Catman project, command, name, project. Okay. Let's get this merged in. Boom. Thank you, Smab. Git pull. Oh, it's supposed to go here? That's interesting. So it runs nicely on WSL. Very cool. I didn't know WSL had access to display windows, like to open up windows. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Where did this file go? I didn't know that. Very good to know. Hang on. Under properties, Catman, Raylib. There it is. Sorry, my brain. I couldn't do it. All right. So Catman Raylib is missing a launch.json. So this is really interesting. I don't understand. And I need to put it here, don't I? Or do I put it in this project? To open Windows and then opening Windows. Well, so from WSL, which is the Windows subsystem for Linux, I think that's what it stands for. Something Linux. So using Linux, I thought it was just running a virtual machine, but apparently I didn't know this. Apparently you can have it open up Windows, like a screen. It has an X display, an X forwarding. I didn't know it had that, and so that is something that I'm learning here. Okay, I want to add this debugging. I'm confused as to why this doesn't this run menu, new breakpoint, no, launch configure, create a JSON, create a launch. Okay, so let's go to this. Select a debugger, C#, launch.json. Launch.json. And I need to configure this launch. Okay. Using IntelliSense for possible attributes for visit this. Revere, thank you for the hat redeem. Welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for the hat redeem. Oh, let's get this hat. Do I have this hat on backwards? There it goes. Sometimes the hats go on in a weird order and they're not big enough to fit on top of other hats. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thanks for popping in. Hope things have been going well for you, as well as possible. I want to configurations. Okay, I have to actually read this. I'm sorry. I know it's boring. Here's the launch manager for the node. I really want to find a C# launch.json VS Code. Launch.json. The pre-launch field associated with task.json before. Program. Property normally take the program field is set to the path, the application dealer or .NET Core host executable to launch. R stop at entry, starting a web server, specifying a web browser, availability, launch settings, environment, console terminal window. Is there just an example file I can use here? And I'm confused why it was working previously. And like I said, I got it. I was playing around with getting this working on my Mac, so I'm assuming that is what may have caused a problem. Configuring VS Code's debugger. Pre-launch. I'm surprised you can configure the C# debugger in Visual Studio Code with launch.json or use your user settings.json file. Below are common options you want. Tasks. I would like Property normally takes the form workspace bin debug. So this is why I'm confused. It's not showing me the program field is set to the path of the application of DLL or core host. Is it just capital P program? Let's see here. So I'm seeing the example of what the property needs to be on the right side, but not the name of this. Does this go inside of configurations? I'm a little confused here. Launch.json VS Code example. I'm surprised it's not just showing. Okay, configurations, program. There it is. So inside of program, and it seems the autocomplete here is definitely not for, oh, here it is. Launch executable console. Okay. Target framework, program to DLL. Name. Launch. Let's go with, I don't know if I need to actually change this here, but I kind of want it to be, it's weird that it says .NET Core Capman Raylib. It's what I think I want. Layer of CS here. Our work folder, and then it's inside of capman.raylib/bin debug. I'm wondering if these are configurable or if I need to go ahead and put this in here, which would be in our CWD as our workspace folder. That's interesting too. That's not how we've been doing it previously, but let's keep trying here. Our target framework would be .NET or Net 8.0, and then capman.raylib.dll. Okay. Launch. So now how do I run this? I feel like this should add something to my launch commands here. I still don't think this is quite what I want. Could not find the task build. Task. Run task. Recently used .NET build. This is interesting. There's no task provider registered for the type .NET. What is going on with this? This is super weird. Why was this was all working previously? Build. What has changed? Reload this. I'm a little bit confused. I'm very confused. Let's go, Lance! Congratulations on getting your bug debugged. Get it out of there. This, do I need to have a tasks.json? Okay, so that's working now. Okay, launch. Surprised. Could not find task configured task. All right. .NET. It's not, I don't think that's what I want. Configured task, .NET build. So weird. Cannot find task build. Debug anyway. The bullet goes pew, heads down range, punches through object till it has nothing left, then stops at the last thing it hits, or heads out the max range if there isn't anything else. So are you manually doing sort of like the raycast? Also, G, welcome back to the stream. Wonderful to have you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Type.net build problem matcher. What is this saying? This is saying could not find. Yeah, it's so weird. When I do this, skip loading symbols. .NET build, launch. You in the back, pay attention. Pre-launch task build. So this feels like it's real Sky Ninja. I'm sorry I missed you. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for the hey. Real Sky Ninja, how you doing on this beautiful Tuesday? I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. Every day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day, and it's twice as beautiful now that you're here, Real Sky Ninja. It's not just a Sky Ninja. It's not a fictional Sky Ninja. It's a real Sky Ninja. Good luck with your doctor appointment, G. I hope it goes well, or as well as it can. I want to understand what is going on here. Let's get rid of that one. Could not find task build. I click configure. Is it because it's specifically doing a .NET build? Guys, that's very good. I'm going to try to go for a longer stream. 2 hours seems short to me. Yeah, so what I have heard, and this is what I've heard and sort of what I try and do, is the advice I was given was your stream should be at least 3 hours long. I know that's hard to do sometimes. At least 3 hours long, and you should try and stream at the same time for 3 hours at least 3 times a week. So you should set up a schedule. This is the advice I was given, and it seems to have worked pretty well for me. Set up a schedule, stream at the same time, and those streams should be at least 3 hours each. I know that can be hard to do. That said, if you just want to stream for fun, just go for it. Go for as long as you can, as long as you feel, or as long as what feels right. The .NET task to customize. Bram, it's wonderful to see you. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a joy to see that name in the chat. Bram, happy Tuesday. I hope you are doing as well as you possibly can be. Do you take notes when you learn new stuff? I do. I typically do. It depends on what I'm trying to learn. I will often. So, yes. So I do. The answer, I believe, is yes to that. Thing, especially if I'm in like a lecture. 3Key Girl, welcome back to the stream. I think taking notes can be super helpful. I find that I learn best when I'm writing things down. I use handwritten in a digital. I prefer handwritten notes. I find I don't retain if I just take digital notes. I currently have a writing pad called the Remarkable 2 that I use, that is in another room because I was actually taking notes in a place where I was doing some stuff. Coding chemist. Welcome back to the stream. Real Sky Ninja, twice as great as it was since you joined. Doing incredibly well. 3Key Girl, I'm glad to have you back. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Coding Chemist, congratulations on number 13. Lucky number 13. I'm trying to figure out why this build task, VS Code, 1 second, reload. And is it because it's not saying .NET? Hang on, .NET build. All right, .NET build is missing. I'm trying to understand how this works. Could not find the task build. All right, do I have to give it a name? VS Code could not find the task build. Could not find the pre-launch task build. Task.json. I'm wondering if my tasks doesn't have the right name. Version task, label build. Label .NET space build. Okay, .NET. I bet that. There we go. There we go. That's what I was missing. So now when I run this, all right, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. Let's go back into, oh, we're on main. Get status. All right. Oh, this is like my local setting here. I guess I could add in this. No worries, Real Sky Ninja. We always appreciate when you can come by, hang out for as long as you can. I hope no one ever feels any pressure to stay or come, but thank you so much for popping in, saying hello. I love when people do that. Real Sky Ninja, have a beautiful day. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You made my day wonderful. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Jim, Jim 5B, Jim, welcome to the stream. Jim, welcome aboard. Thank you for following me today. Jim, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. What's interesting here is like, is this running a build? What is this task actually doing? I want to understand the task. Command. I feel like it needs command in there. Command. .NET build. Saying command isn't doing anything. I want it to actually run some command. Property command is not allowed. Okay. So what is it actually running here? What is this task doing? I don't know. Type is a .NET task as a build. You didn't sing for me when I followed Real Sky Ninja. I'm sure I did. Here, I'll sing for you now. Real Sky Ninja. Thank you for following me last time. Real Sky Ninja. Thank you for being here. Real Sky Ninja. Thank you for the follow. Smap says the launch settings is part of the .NET rather than the VS or VS Code. So you can target it with .NET Run LP-profile. And the launch settings is part of the .NET rather than VS. So can you send me a link, Smap? I don't quite understand what you're saying. The launch settings JSON is part of .NET rather than VS or VS Code. So you're saying I think you're saying this needs to be inside of my project. I think this is what you're saying, that I need to put it here inside of my launch settings as part of .NET. And then so this, and somehow in my launch here, I should target .NET Run LP and then this launch settings file here. I think that's what you're saying. I think that's what you're saying. I'm saying that I provided it. What I provided is different to what you're. Yeah. So, okay. I am trying to, that's fine. I am trying to understand, is this doing anything? Let's run the task. Run task .NET build. Okay, so this is actually building. It does call build. I don't understand how these works. Then our launch actually does this. Okay. Okay. Well, it seems to be okay now. So you can do .NET Run LP. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. I can do .NET Run LP WSL. I think I'd have to specify in my project. .NET Run project. And then this would be Catman Raylib. It seemed to not like that. WSL2 is not supported. Okay. I'm curious if I ran it from PowerShell, if it would be supported. Let me try it. You must not have that installed. I do have WSL2 installed. It might just be that I'm doing it from a terminal here that is not a... So like... oh, I need to update? Well, maybe we'll do that another time. Interesting. That's okay. That's okay. I got my button working here. I'm wondering I should probably. What's interesting is this VS Code feels like it should be part of this so other people can have these tasks. Let's this has been in our .ignore or get ignore. I'm gonna remove this, and instead I'm gonna include. Is it normal to include this information in a project? I feel like not everyone uses VS Code, so it feels a little weird to include it. What are the thoughts on that? So no, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Thank you. That's what I thought. I was like, I feel like I shouldn't include this. It's just a little bit annoying because we have to put that on. So now I have to do the same thing on my Mac and my same thing on another computer. It might make sense to include it in like a fork or something like that. Real Sky Ninja, I'm glad you enjoyed the song. I hope you have a beautiful day, my friend. Okay. Let's have a look here. I've done nothing yet. What I would like to do, let's look at the issues now that my F5 is working. Let's go to our issues. Let us... Smab, should I not have merged this in? This felt like a normal thing to merge in, right? This is... Should I have merged this in? This seems fine to merge in, right? I think that's fine to merge in. Because it's not part of my VS Code settings, that's a .NET thing. Let's pick a thing to work on here. It's part of the project. That's what it looked like to me. All right, thank you for clarifying, or thank you for validating that. Defeating enemies should award points. This is what I want to do. Right now we don't get points for defeating enemies. We also want to make enemies, defeating enemies, display number of lives remaining. Another issue I want to add while we're here. Difficulty should increase based on level. And this as an enhancement. Currently, the speed doesn't change or anything like that. So the base speed, I think we want to change based every level. The base speed should increase. I want our enemies to give us points when we defeat them. So I'm gonna start on this issue. We're gonna assign it to me. We're gonna create a branch. And this is the next thing I would like to add in here. Okay. What does using a projectile mean? Defeating an enemy mean? I believe in game, the enemies don't care about the points. They might have some base point or something in the future. But I'm thinking about this in my game test here. Game should, fact, public void, game should award points when defeating enemies. This is sort of like the test I want to write. Game should award points when defeating enemies. And I want to think about how many points do I get? How do we write this test? Can I mock this in a way so that way we get events back? Just from Visual Studio, gotcha. I was thinking I need to actually be, my thought was I probably need to actually be in a WSL terminal for that to launch. Thank you for checking on that, Smab. I felt like I uploaded my WSL recently, not that long ago. Let me think about this. So the question is, how should this be detected? In our game.update, we need to say, was an enemy defeated during that time? There's a couple different ways we could do it. Was an enemy defeated during the game.update? An enemy being defeated, I feel like an enemy should... There's this one thing that would happen, an enemy being defeated we probably need to have that information sent out somewhere to something. The enemy sort of knows when it was defeated. Dramolps, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Great to see you. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Congratulations on number 15. Let's go look at our enemy. So our enemy knows when it's defeated. And so I am thinking that an enemy actor should have an event that we can listen to that says, hey, I just died. Hey, I just switched to fleeing. Hey, what is my internal state? So then in my game, what I can do is I can say, well, when the game, I could do, the test would be when an enemy actor dies, when they set to there is alive becomes false, the game should increase their points. So the game is going to observe the enemy. And I'm like wondering if this is overkill for this, but it feels like a pretty good way to be able to write this test. Otherwise, I have to be able to test it, I have to say, okay, well, set up a scenario in which the enemy rolls over, is getting hit with a projectile. Then the game's going to do something. I know for sure here. Whereas I can actually say an enemy actor, when enemy act, I could write a test. Enemy should notify observers when upon death. I could write that test. Enemy should notify observer upon death, and then game should award points when enemy is defeated. So we can sort of have those two things. It sort of separates those concerns, I believe. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to write another test first. Fact. Enemy should notify observers upon death. Okay. So the idea here is that we will get something set to true. So I'd have a bool was notified. It's going to be false, like this. I'm going to have a function. I'm going to have an action that is essentially what it does is on death. Was notified is true. It's going to set notified to true on death. Then I'm going to create an enemy under test. Create an enemy. Enemy actor under test. Create a new enemy here. What are the arguments to our enemy actor? Position. Okay, the basics. Smab, very cool. Let's check it out in just a second. Let me finish this line of code. Oh, I'm really excited to see that, because you know how much of a Linux nerd I am. I can't get yeah, that's cool. New position 0 0 speed 1 direction to up. Okay, finish this line of code. I gotta check it out. Smab. Very cool. Look at that. That's the good old WSL window. I haven't seen a WSL. This looks like a Linux window for sure, though. That's so funny. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I got this makes me excited. I didn't know we could do window stuff with WSL. This opens up. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I feel like it opens up some possibilities for students. Maybe not. Captain Chica, holy moly. Number 16, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to this stack. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing, Captain Chica? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. So this is our under test here. More importantly, means Raylib works on WSL. Gotcha. Under test dot on death, like this. Under test upon. Well, this almost doesn't need to be tested, which is interesting. On death. Like this feels stupid. This feels like a really stupid test. On death. Here, I just got to set up a thing here, and then I was just gonna call on death. But instead, I need to set it up so that the enemy dies. We call die when colliding with lethal projectile. So we'll just set up the board here like we did here. Like this. Saucy Drow. Thank you for the follow. Have you met the Saucy Drow? They are following the Captain Coda. Have you met a Saucy Drow? I have there in the chat. Saucy Drow, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Watson, welcome back. Happy to have you here as well. What do you mean it does not have to be tested? What if it throws? What if it throws? Throws an exception? Well, it feels so. Here's the thing. Here's the test I was about to. I was going to do on death dot under test dot on death dot invoke. This is what I was going to do, and then of course that it would be like saying, well, I'm going to call on death and to make sure that returns true. That's not really what I want. Notify observers upon death with a collision with death. Really, what I want to do is under test dot is alive equals false. This is what I want to do. There we go. This is the test. When they become not alive, it should notify the observers. That's what it is. And then was notified dot should be true. This should be this. This should be this. This is what the test is. Notify observers upon death. So when is alive becomes false, basically when is alive switches is sort of when we should notify the observer on death. I still need to do under test dot on death like that. So this is just saying that, do we know this was called, hang on, we gotta do it here. When they become not alive, do we get a notification that they were destroyed? Okay, so now in our enemy actor, we want to, I wonder if this will generate property on death. On death, it's an action here. Okay, can do it this way. I don't want to set. And this should be this. And my question is, should I make it an event or just make it a delegate? I can just make it a delegate. And now when we say is, when we get alive set to false, we can do the following. Private bool is alive equals true. The get is just reporting whether or not we are alive. The set, however, says if is alive is equal to value, do nothing. Otherwise, is alive is equal to value. And then if is alive is false, then we would do on death dot invoke like that. And we say only if someone has registered upon it. Okay. Format document. So when is alive changes to false, we invoke it. We're not going to do call is alive. If we are already dead, we don't invoke it again. Let's make sure the test fails first. Let's make sure the test fails first. Why am I still getting this? On death cannot be assigned. It is read only. Oh, interesting. So I do want it to be an event. Like this. Otherwise, I have to have a setter on it, and then you can set it to null. Or do I want... This is an interesting thing I could do. I could make it this. Huh. maybe tall, maybe not, maybe cool. Definitely is. Maybe a streamer, you know you are. Folks, be sure to go check out Maybe Tall. Incredible Godot developer, game dev, streamer extraordinaire. Maybe Tall, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. What have you been working on lately? I feel like I haven't seen you streaming the last few days, but it could just be my imagination. It could just be that we haven't aligned. The stars may not have aligned for us just yet. Let me run this. I feel like this is maybe not taking a sabbatical. Gotcha. Take care of yourself. Do what you got to do to stay healthy. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Let me say that. I'm very glad you're taking care of yourself. That's super important. Enemy should. These should fail. Notify observer upon death. Okay. So now in my enemy, just to make sure, now I believe in Marigold. Like that. There we go. Going live again tomorrow. Awesome. Hope to be able to catch you, my friend. Do you have a plan for tomorrow? You working on anything specific? All right, so game should notify observer upon death. Now, what we can do is say game should award points when defeating enemies. So the idea here is we'll add an enemy to the game. When the enemy is alive, is set to false, the game should award points. So we should be able to set up a game now. Now we can write this test. We have a game. This game sucks, so we're going to take a better one. This game isn't great either because there's no dots in it, so this game ends immediately. But a standard game. We can do a standard game here. Okay. Standard game. Here like that. So we have a game. And let's get our enemies. So one thing I can do is enemy actor is going to be equal to our game.enemies where enemy e.position e.position is equal to new position 1411. And this should be tile. So this will get us out our Kevin enemy here. And I'll just do a dot first. Okay, this is going to be Kevin. Kevin enemy. I need better names for my enemies, by the way. I definitely can't use Clyde. Right now I'm using Kevin, Clyde, Bob, and Whimsical. If you guys got any better names for me, we got to come up with some better ones. Okay, so Kevin's in the game here. So game.score should be 0 when we start out here. And what we'll do is Kevin enemy dot is alive is false. When Kevin dies, game.score should be 200. Get 200 points. And what we'll do is I'm going to use Pac-Man scoring and say that it doubles each time. So 2, 4, 8, 1600. So let's pull out each of our enemies here. So be our Clyde enemy. So be our target ahead. We'll do Bob enemy. Is this really Whimsical? Yeah, Whims. I thought I came up with another name, Whimsical enemy. And then we'll give them our starting times 14, 11, 11, 14, 13, 15, and then 16, 14. Okay. Game should be 200. And I guess we could technically make this multiple tests. But I'm saying this is not a unit test. This is in some ways. So it should be 600. So plus 400 points. Plus 200 points. Clyde is alive. Bob, enemy, plus 800. So what would that be? 8 plus 16, 14. Plus 16. So now, and then finally we'll do whimsical enemy dot alive to false. This would be 3,000. Okay. Maybe should award points when defeating enemies, and then we could say double points upon multiple deaths, that type of thing. But let's run this test. It's going to fail. Should absolutely fail. Because we've done nothing to do this. All right, so the game should award points when defeating enemies. And now in our game, we can add in that we want to listen to our enemies here. We're gonna listen to their events, and we're gonna write upon. I'm gonna write a method. This one should be since power up. Oh, this is interesting. The multiplier needs to reset. So there's another test we'll have to write in just a moment. Let me put this in here. Fact public void should, oh, sorry, I don't need a should award. Should reset point multiplier when power down. Okay. So when the power down turns off, the point multiplier resets. And so if we do this again, it should go, the multiplier should go to 0. So we need like a point multiplier. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is an interesting thought. I got to figure out how to write this test. Let's come in here real quick. When our level starts, parse actors, we need to go through parse actors. This should set actor, enemy, actors. How do we get the string input? Replace this. This goes into this here. Do we have, I need to write, do we have, with primary constructors, primary constructor C#, I want to run some logic. I don't know if I need to, upon construction of this, we need to register that we're listening to those enemies. And I need to run a function. I need to run some code. So the primary constructor may not be initialize base class. What I could do, all right, so what I could do is have a thing here called init. That's not a bad idea. If that's not a primary, yeah, that would be a normal constructor. I know, Smab. So who invokes it is the question, right? So the constructor runs, who invokes that? So what I could do actually is do init enemies here. This is what I think I'm going to do. And write a method. Then it has to be static. Does have to be static. I could do it statically, but then I don't have access to clearing out that information. Because I need to register. You should just use a normal constructor then. I think so. I think so. Let's take this down. It's just sad because now I have to use these things. Um, but I need it to accept these parameters, don't I? So I need it to initialize when we receive these parameters. I understand that we have these, but when I call this, I need to perform some operations. So I'm moving this down. Let's move these down here. Okay. And now I need to say for each enemy actor in enemies. I'm gonna go ahead and actor dot on death handle enemy death like this. And so I'm gonna add in a method for this. Thetra, how we doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. What have you been working on, Thetra? It's been a while. It's been a while. You're always making something super cool, though. So this one's interesting for the following reason. Private void handle enemy death. We want to calculate how much this enemy is worth. How many points this enemy is worth. Something that's kind of interesting to think about is, does this deserve a method of its own where we say, okay, well, how many have died so far? I don't think it necessarily does. But essentially, when the enemy dies, we're going to do score plus equals 200 times multiplier. Like this. This is really what we have. And the multiplier is based on the number of deaths that have occurred. Is that right? Two. Oh, no, that's not quite right. It doubles. It doubles. So it'd be 2. The multiplier increases. Ah, gotcha, Smab. That's cool. That's cool. Thetra is asking, do you have some life advice for me? I need advice concerning my school. My boss wants me to get a game development class into our school, so we differ from other schools around. You have some very good, very easy books to start for game dev. What? So I have. There's several questions. There's not enough information here for me to answer. What level of students? How big is the class? Is it in person? So like age, skill level, and medium. Like, is it online? Is it in person? What are the constraints? Do you have? There's so many more questions that need to be answered before I can give you something. One of my go-tos for people who might not is PixelPad. If it's for young kids, PixelPad is a really easy place to start, especially you learn a little bit of Python. So I need more information to give you a better answer, but PixelPad is a good place to potentially start. They have a lot of medium, I'd say, a lot of little tutorials, things to get you going and working on some stuff pretty quickly. But yeah, there's more. 10 to 14, 12 kids, 3 hours per week. 3 hours per week. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. I get paid for, we have no coding base at the moment. Gotcha. I might start with PixelPad just to get started. Super fun. Give the kids something to go with. So is it bring their own computer? Do you have access to the computers? There's more questions that need to be answered there as well. Pixelpad, I think, is a really good resource for just starting some game stuff. We have iPads. Okay. So that adds a lot of challenge to it because typing becomes very difficult on an iPad. Yeah, that is that's really tricky. I don't have they have keyboards. I would say try Pixelpad. Try Pixelpad out on an iPad. See if that will run because you'll be able to teach Python. It uses Python to do it. It's all in the web browser. You could do TIC80, but TIC80 is gnarly. I'd say TIC80 is hard to teach. You're not versed with Python, you'll pick it up. Python is not that hard. This particular platform uses a lot of Unity type stuff. So it has a game loop. Everything's broken down into sprites. Python's not that hard to learn for making small games. As far as C# goes, I can't think of anything good that's going to run in the web browser for you for doing games. The other one would be like doing something with Construct. Roger, thank you for hanging out. Have a beautiful day, my friend. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you for popping in. If you want to do JavaScript, Kaboom is another one. Kaboom programming language. Kaboom.js is another one. If you don't want to use Python, this is a decent one to use as well. Runs in the web browser. You're not going to be able to use C# on an iPad in a web browser, unfortunately. Just learn a little bit of Python. Draco, thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. Python's a pretty good. I have some qualms with Python, but if it's just for a learning experience, thank you so much for the hat redeem, by the way. Python will be manageable. All you gotta go play around with Pixelpad. Look, you don't need to be an expert in Python. You have enough C# knowledge. I would highly recommend pixelpad.io for an exploration class where you're just learning stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Scratch personally. I find Scratch to be a not so great experience. Okay, so handle enemy death here. Lance, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to this stack. Thank you very much. Boom. Hats galore. Can you do a stream where you do interview questions? Would be fun. What is that? So where you do like where I answer interview questions or I just talk about interview questions? What type of interview questions? Do you mean like coding interview questions or do you mean just like how I would respond to questions? Okay. Multiplier. This needs to be like on death multiplier. Or it doubles. It doubles is what it is. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's my idea. Private int score multiplier is equal to 1. Okay. Score multiplier here. Our score multiplier doubles each time we use it. And then when our power down happens, our score multiplier goes back down to 1. So our test failed. This should maybe magically make our test pass. Magically is the wrong word, but let's test this here. You could use continuous for C# on an iPad, but it's not free. I've not heard of continuous. Looks like this is still failing. Let's run these all. Sometimes when I click these, I can't tell if it actually runs the test or not. Okay, so our test passed. The score's doubling here. Reset multiplier when powered down. So what we should do to test this is something. We got to do something. Pay $200, use continuous on iPad. How much does it cost? I've never heard of continuous. Continuous C#. Right, interactive apps, interactively. Continuous always running your code so you can see changes. So this will continuous mobile development environment. Fascinating. This could be cool. I've never heard of this. Yeah, I do think so. Don't get me wrong. I don't know of anything that runs C#. Now I know of one thing. Thank you for sharing that. Walkskin. Walks in. Sorry, not Walkskin. Walks in. Points. Add walks in. Thank you for sharing that. 100 points. Thank you very much. And reset points multiplier when powered down. Okay. So it might make sense to nice try, Draco. You don't have the power. You're just not as powerful as Republic. Int score multiplier. Get private set equals 1. And what we can do is we can have it so that way we can check that the multiplier gets reset when the powered down happens. So we can have an enemy here. See, this assumes too much. This assumes that our multiplier goes up only when that enemy dies. Might make sense to make this set here so we can test it. I like the idea of it being private, so it's like internally managed state. If we do this, though, we can have it. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Game dot score multiplier dot should be 2 when our Kevin enemy dot is alive is false. Clyde goes to 4. Bob goes to 8. Whimsical 16. And then when our time resets, so we should do game dot powered up time remaining is equal to 2. Game dot update 1. It should still be 2, 4, 8. That's fast in here. It should still be 16. And then game dot update 1 more. The multiplier should be 1. Snabble. Great to see you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for popping in. What have you been up to? You working on another 4 kilobytes music, soundtrack, video awesomeness? I'm just curious. Should fail here. Okay. So in our game, sorry if I'm putting you on the spot as well. In our game, in our play, here, if powered up time is less than or equal to 0, our multiplier is equal to 1. have a presentation on Friday I thought 40 minutes, but I just got 20. On 4 kilobyte things, obviously. Yeah. Doing a presentation. Where are you doing your presentation? Very cool. All right, let's run these tests and then let's play and see what score we can achieve. Awesome. This is so much better. Maybe it's less fun than play testing, like running your code and testing it over and over. But boy, does it feel, you know. All right, I gotta, boom. Got that guy. At the place I worked before, they wanted a nerdy presentation for their devs. I said I can provide that. Nice. Let's see, come on. Boom, boom, bonus points. Ooh, I wonder if I can shoot them twice. I bet I can shoot them twice when they're dead. I bet I can shoot them again. Oh, I think that's a bug that I hadn't considered in an edge case. Boom, boom. Come on. Boom. Oh! got. I was going for those points and I got. Okay, cool. You got a double tap ghost. Yeah, I'm realizing I don't think I can kill them twice. But I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I don't think I can kill him twice. Oh, I didn't do it. Got him. All right. I'm not even sure I'm so tired. I'm not even sure what I just said. Ascertainment. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without all of you beautiful people here in the chat supporting and helping me think through all of this stuff. But yeah, having a great time with this, with the test-driven stuff. Writing tests has been really, really useful. I'm loving it. Awesome. Okay. So we have score. We get bonus points when we kill these guys. Get status. Let's go do a little bit of a review here. Make sure we don't have anything weird. Added a blank line here at the beginning for some reason, so we can get rid of that. Do a format. We added an event so people can listen to an enemy dying. So when an enemy dies, it'll notify us, and that allows us to notify the game. When we did to do that, to test this, we wrote a test. Enemy should notify observers upon death. So when our is alive goes to false, we get a notification. It shouldn't notify twice. It should only happen once. So potentially write that test. Should not, I don't know that we actually have to write that test. I'm not going to write that test. All right, and then our game should. We have 2 game shoulds here. Game should remove player. Oh, that's just a new line that we added apparently. I don't want this. Want change here. That's okay. The test that we added. Game should award points when defeating enemies. Game should reset point multiplier when powered down. There we go. And then it's all in there. It's all good. Okay. Get status, get add this, get commit. That's M. Let's go with a feat. Enemy or game should award points on enemy death. Oh, Thetra, don't apologize. Please don't apologize for that. It's no problem. When people can come, they come when they come. If you can't come, that's okay. I'm always happy to have you here. Just know that you're always welcome. I know people got busy lives, people doing stuff. I don't want anyone to feel pressure to be here. So I'm sorry if you felt pressure. I'm just saying it's so great to see you. It's wonderful to have you here, though. All right, got this pull request in. Or this branch up. Let's get the pull request. Game should award points on enemy death. Each enemy is worth 200 points. During the powered up time, each death increases and doubles, each death doubles the score multiplier. Create a pull request. I was so sure making an inappropriate joke response, but because I am such a mature student, I was so close. Words are hard. It's true, words are hard. Thank you for withholding your adult humor. Look, PG-11 teen stream. I appreciate it, Snabble. I appreciate you withholding your adult humor, but I hope you're laughing inwardly. Let's run our check here just to make sure. Zero files formatted. Build succeeded. And our tests, we already knew that those are going to pass. Okay. I'm just waiting for this to come through. We can go watch it. And I guess I don't have to wait. Terminating. What is it waiting for? There it goes. Okay. Merge it in. Confirm. Delete this branch. We got bonus points there on should close points. Yeah, can't close that. Point this. Okay, defeating enemies awards points. What do we really have left? Oh, enemies difficulty should increase based on level. So the speed should increase on the level. The amount of time we're powered up decreases. There's sort of sounds. We need to add it 1 sec before I forget. Powered, oops, new issue. Powered, add powered up music / sound. All right, labels, add this to sound. Submit. Sound and enhancement. It's also enhancement, I suppose. Okay. Let us increase the difficulty based on the level. I can delete my local branch git. We're right at an hour 30 though. So I'm gonna check this out. We're gonna take a break. And we're gonna come back to it. Pull my main branch here. It wants me to do a capital D to delete this. Get branch. Okay. Let's make this. We're gonna assign this one to me. We are going to create a branch. I'm gonna check this branch out. Check it out. Check it out. There we go. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna keep working on our cap band. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna get myself a little bit more water. I'm gonna have myself a little snack. I'm feeling a little famished. But I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Captain Code will return. Hang tight, everybody. All right, everybody, Captain Coder's back. Look at this hat stress line. I need to make this hat stress line. Look at this. Look at this. So great to see you guys again. This hat stress line.
Oh, I got that fix.
Thank you for the dopamine. Gotta get it, Pagorli. Thank you for the dopamine. No, it just means when you make sure the hat I wear on the bottom is a bigger hat. I was wearing a tight hat on the bottom. This hat is a little bit is tighter, so it has a little bit more stress involved. So I have to make sure that base hat fits nicely. All right, everybody, let's get some stretches in Pagorli. It's great to see you. How have you been, my friend? I hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. Guys, if you guys know Pagorli, the incredible Pagorli, lovely to have you here, my friend. Folks, I'm going to encourage you to stand on up with me, get that body moving, get some stretches in, taking care of ourselves the way we deserve to be taking care of our body, loving ourselves. So I'm going to encourage you to stand on up.
Pay attention.
That's right, pay attention. Stand on up. I did WebSockets to Doom. What's wrong with me? Why not? What? No. What's wrong with Doom? Why did Doom have WebSockets to begin with? Pagorli, you're just solving the bugs that needed. You're solving the problems that need to be solved. Nobody asked, but you knew. Only you knew that they needed to be solved. Go put those arms up inside. We're gonna do a trunk twist here. Oh, my lower back. I've been trampolining, and so my lower back has been getting so sore. It's great exercise. Oh yeah, get that nice trunk twist in. Raise those hands up above your head. We're gonna lean to the left. Oh yeah. Then lean to the right. Back to the left. To the right again. Oh, leans forward, maybe tall. If you're too tall, you might not be able to do this one. You might not be able to do this one unless you have an extra tall house. Oh yeah, let's do a shoulder rotations next. Get those shoulders, move them up, back, and down. We're gonna rotate them back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. There you go. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Oh, shake it out. Talif, you have some good taste in board games, also some questionable taste in board games. I try not to. There's some games back there that are not the best. Some games back there that aren't the best. You gotta try them. Sometimes you just want to try a board game and say, like, that game looks interesting. Give it a shot. You want to know a game that I love? This game isn't open because I haven't had an opportunity to play it. This game is so fun. If for 3 to 5 players, the problem with this game is I mostly play 2-player games because I live with my girlfriend. So this game is called Quantitative Easing. QE stands for Quantitative Easing, which, if you guys don't know, is a tool for helping that they came up with after the 2008 housing crisis in the United States. And so in this game, you play as a government. Right? Like printing money. Your job is to print money to acquire assets. Like the world economy has collapsed, and these big countries are trying to acquire everything. So you're writing these checks. So you have a checkbook and you write checks. You can write any amount. You're bidding on things, and you have no limit to the amount of money you can print. The person at the end of the game wins, whoever has acquired the most stuff, the most valuable stuff, without spending the most money. So if you have spent the most money, you lose. You've destroyed your country's economy, and you're in ruin. You've no longer a viable country. So whoever spent the most money just straight out loses. And then essentially whoever spent whoever has the most valuable properties. It's a really fun game of like discussion. Quantitative Easing, one of my favorite games. I wish I had more opportunities to play it. It's 2008 and the economy is crashing. You play as one of the largest nations in the world, and it is your job to save the economy by printing money to bail out companies that are too big to fail. You got to bail them out. Tom, welcome back to the stream, man brave. Happy to have you here. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Let's hop back in. Let's hop back into some coding. Yeah, quantitative easing is a fantastic one. Absolutely love that. Board game. Code Monk wants to see a board game. All right. Code Monk, thank you for the board game reading. Before we hop back in, we'll go ahead and do that. So, Code Monk, do you have a game in mind? Quantitative easing, perhaps? If you have a game in mind, let me know. Otherwise, I'll pick 3, and then you can choose one of those. Man Brave says, I got my player's guide, but have not started yet. We'll start after I move. Ooh, Man Brave, gotta let me know how it goes. You know, I love that book. The C# player's guide is so good. So good. What do you have for us today? Code Monk. All right. Let's pick 3 games here. I need a screwdriver. My dock cam has been slipping really bad. All right, I'll pick 3 games, and you can pick from those. Okay. We did Canoodle yesterday. Let's see here. Here's some good ones. Okay. We have Sagrada. This will be one. This is a game where you roll dice and you're trying to make a window inside of a church. So we'll do Sagrada. That's one option. It's a game of lots of dice for 1 to 4 players. We'll do quantitative easing, just since I talked about it. Quantitative easing. Okay. That's option number 2. It's a game about the 2008 economic housing crisis. The other one for us, I don't remember. And then maybe referring to So You've Been Eaten, perhaps? This is a game for 0 to 2 players, in which there's 2 roles. This one, you want to do So You've Been Eaten. All right. So You've Been Eaten it is. Let's take a look at it. So many good games. Yeah, there's a lot of good games on that shelf. All right, thank you for the board gamer game. We're gonna take a look at So You've Been Eaten. Let's put quantitative easing back up here. We'll put Sagrada back down in here. We'll take a look at So You've Been Eaten. I might have to go grab a screwdriver real quick. My dock cam doesn't want to stay up. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna look at So You've Been Eaten when I get back. I just gotta fix my dock cam real quick. Hang on. All right, we're back. For anyone just joining us, Code Monk has redeemed a board game redeemer. We're going to take a look at So You've Been Eaten. So You've Been Eaten is a great game. Red Mer and Stony Eagle, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you. Let's get the dot cam turned on. Okay, So You've Been Eaten. So You've Been Eaten. Sounds promising. This is a pretty fun game. It's a game for 0 to 2 players. We'll read the back here. Let's see if it'll come on. Focus. So You've Been Eaten. Don't worry, this is simply an occupational hazard. In fact, it's fairly common among deep space miners, 5th class, since the crystals that you seek happen to be inside giant space beasts. Should you achieve your objective and meet your quota, it is then cost effective to extricate you. In the event that the beast digests you, do not despair. Your non-organic parts will certainly be useful for future miners. Finally, you could survive long enough to exit the beast from the other end, and then the one you entered alive, and yet forever change. Well then, congratulations. So You've Been Eaten is a game for 2 players. 1 plays as the miner. One plays as the beast. A game for one player plays as the miner or against the beast. One can be the beast playing against a robot miner, or 0 players with the hibernating beast against a robot miner. Okay, so in this game, let's open this up here. Fabulously fun game. One of my favorite types of games are the ones that have short rule sets. Very small rule book here, although this feels a little bit longer than it did in the past. But let's take a look at the contents of this box here. Contents of the box comes with a little, you can like assemble this ship thing. It's like a dice roller. I haven't assembled it. Or I assembled it at one point. It doesn't really fit back in the box correctly. Let's pull this board out here. Okay, so the way this game works is you take on the role of either, this board's not going to fit here, is it? I thought this would fit in this space. I guess not. You take on the role of either a miner who is trying to harvest crystals that are on the inside of a space beast, or you take on the role of a space beast who is digesting a miner who is inside of the space beast. So let's see if we open up this book, we can get some good pictures of the board here. All right, maybe not. So we have this board. Let's get this board here. I don't know if I can get high enough up to see. I need to get like a table in here. That's what I'm going to do next time in the future. So you have this board. It sort of snaps together to build the digestive system of the monster you're in. So you've entered the monster. You're inside of the digestive system of the monster. You have a spaceship here on one end. So you're in the spaceship. You've entered the monster. And as you play the game, different events will come up where you either collect crystals, different things happens. The beast can get a variety of different abilities. All right, so it can have an elongate, unpredictable at the start of the beast turn, roll the digestion die twice, and then once to apply its effect. So it's sort of digesting. Yeah, it's a big one. Thank you for that. Quite a big monster, yeah. So replicate, if this is the only replicate currently immune, so there's some immunities, that sort of stuff. So you're a miner sort of moving through the track. If you get enough crystals, if you collect enough crystals, you're profitable enough that the company that sent you out on this mission will extract you from the beast. So if you get enough crystals to be profitable, they'll come extract you. If you can't, your other option is to escape out of the beast's tail end, escape through its digestive system. So here's a little picture in the book that's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so you're sort of over here. This is where you're collecting stuff into your ship, and you're moving down this track trying to pick up crystals that is formed. You need to get enough crystals to be profitable. Or if you can't get enough crystals to be profitable, you can actually exit the beast through its colon, essentially. So you can escape that way as well. If the beast digests you, the beast wins. So the beast's goal is to consume you, digest you, and your goal is to escape the beast itself. So there's different ways to do it. The beast can get different mutations, different immunities. There's different types of bacteria forming around inside the beast. It's a very silly game, very fun. I think it takes like 20 minutes to play. Very, very fast game once you learn how to play it. And lots of little guys. Here's lots of little pieces. I like games that have little pieces to sort of build your ship. The dice are nice, custom dice. They have little stars on them. We have a special monster dice as well. Really, really pretty game. The art's great. This was a Kickstarter exclusive game as well. I don't know if you can actually purchase this game anymore. You might be able to get it, but it was a Kickstarter game. Oh yeah, you got little bacteria crystals you're trying to collect. So lots of little doodads and stuff to collect from it. You get a custom little ship with it. Like I said, this little ship builds up to be a dice roller. So you fold this up. It's a little spaceship that is also a dice tower. I think it's what we typically call them. A really, really fun game. And then you also have these cards which modify the gameplay a little bit as well. So the miner actions. If you're playing as the beast against the miner, it has like sort of a computer, a set of things like it does this, then it does this, it tries to do this if it can. So it's sort of if-then type stuff. And then the beast turn, fill the digestion track, acquire an immune response card, draw stomach cards, play a mutation card. So pretty straightforward game once you start playing. So this card here is sort of has this bacteria on it, this tool on it, so you'd place those things out there. Your goal is to collect enough tools to escape and crystals to escape or get through the digestive tract. Really, really neat game. Absolute adorable little game for 2 players. Or 0 players, like I said, there are rules for how the game should run. So to learn the game, you can actually just run the 0 player version, just following the rules, following the sequence of things that happens. And then these are sort of, what is this one? These are special events, discard, revealing, discard after revealing. Oh, these are the bacteria cards, different types of bacteria. So you're trying to get through a variety of different things, get these different crystals that you're revealing. Very, very game. A super fun game. Absolutely love this game. Sorry, I feel like I didn't do a great job explaining it. I'm not sure. I'm so scatterbrained today. Thank you for the board game redeem, though. Beautiful game. Go check it out if you get a chance. Highly recommend this one. Very short. If you like simple games. Mimic, at the end of the miner's turn, if a yellow bacteria has reached the 3rd level, you immediately win. So there's these different things that you can use to win. Different cards that are put into the game. Antibodies, when the immune response card is about to be eliminated, you may prevent it by eliminating this card instead. So you sort of have cards to defend. Game that has Lux. What about the 0 players mode? Yeah, so there are rules that you follow. Essentially, there's like rules that you're supposed to follow if you are playing with a quote-unquote computer playing it. So the beast might be hibernating. That's what they call it if you're playing with if no one's controlling the beast. It is hibernating. And so here it says, so it'll say on the beast turn, this is what you do if the beast is hibernating. So you control the beast. So roll and resolve the digestion die. So you roll a die. It's a little hard. Come on, Blur. Come on, focus. Yeah, you can play with 0 players. You can play with 0 players. That's right. So it's just 1 player following the rules of the game. Oh, it won't focus on this card for some reason. I don't know why. But this says the hibernating beast. You roll the die, you fill the digestive tract, you acquire and reveal an immune card. So these are the things you do with the hibernating beast. If you're a player, you do a different. So if you're playing the beast, you have a slightly different way to play it. So different interactions. Same with the miner. The miner is a human miner. These are the rules for the human miner. And then if you're doing the robot miner, you follow a slightly different thing to find monitor. Yeah, miner, not minor. A nameless coder, great to see you. Congratulations on number 19. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So yeah, the 0 player mode is just you have the hibernating beast versus a robot miner. So that's one of the modes you can play in. And I think there's one expansion that I have here that isn't opened. I haven't played with the expansion cards, I believe. Yeah, there's Dyspepto Beast Mole mini expansion. So you help the beast digest a little bit better. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. I played it a couple times. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. Let me look. What does it say on the box? I take a long time to play games. So anything on a box is usually double for me. It says 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That sounds about right, even for me. Always looking for bad pun opportunities. Fuel Snabble. What's life without puns? Life without puns would not be a very fun place to be. So I appreciate your puns, and I appreciate your PG-11 teen puns. Mendoza, welcome back to the stream. Nameless Coder, thank you so much for the board game redeem. I hope you felt that. Well, not Nameless Coder. Code Monk, thank you for the board game redeem. I hope you felt that was worth your points. I appreciate you. I'm happy to show it to you. This is a fantastic game, collector's editions, because it was from the Kickstarter on it there. It would be very boring. What would be the 0 player version? It's mostly there, I think, so that you can learn the mechanics of the game. I think that is the main point of the 0 player version. Napalm, Nameless Coder, H. Mendoza. Great to have you guys here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to hop back in now. Hang on, something's buzzing. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Like boring into the ground. Yeah. No, life without puns. I got it. Life without puns. I understand. So you've been eating. Great game. Can't recommend it enough. because you're also supporting indie board game developers. You're supporting indie board games. I forgot. Hang on. I missed a few pieces. Be really sad if I don't get these back into the box. Hang on. Ah, my room is collapsing. Bumping all my things off the desk here. Let's get this box open one more time. Put these. Gotta make sure we get all the parts in. Last time I did what was the game? Roots, and there was all kinds of parts. I kept finding parts sitting out, so I got to be a little bit more careful. I need to get. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to get a table. I need to get a table in this room. This room is big enough. I could get a little table here. So on Board Game Redeems, I can actually open up the whole board game, put it on a table, get a little Elmo cam coming down from my ceiling. That's what I want to do. That would be super cool. Maybe we'll put together a Ko-fi fund for that, so people can contribute to that process. That wouldn't be, I don't think it'd be too expensive, but all the mounting and stuff. I think that would be really cool, because my document cam isn't really good enough to show bigger. Like, even this game is pretty small, and it was really hard to show it off. So I think that would be really cool. Have a whole thing set up for that. The Lumen, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. We're about to hop back in. We just finished a board game redeem. Code Monk, thank you so much for the board game redeem. All you beautiful people, thank you guys so much for being here. 125 points to all of you beautiful people for hanging out through that break, stretching with me, checking out that board game, The Lumen. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a wonderful day. I've been so good. Oh, I love me some good board games. Love me some good board games. Speaking of board games, you guys know Dungeon and Dimples? Variety streamer streams
She's
board
taking
games and video
particular
games.
offense to this pile of snow, and is just attacking it with all of her arrows. What are you doing, honey? Die, snow.
If you want to watch a fun streamer who plays board games on streams, go check her out. Sometimes we've done a few collab streams where we played board games together on stream as well. Dungeon and Dimples, absolute fabulous human being. She's super busy right now, but she's going to be coming back from work. So her work's kind of crazy schedule right now. But she does board games live on stream, and it's super fun to watch her play those, teach them. She has a really nice setup for doing it as well. You're learning Django at the moment, taking a break. You should check Ashes of Creation. And I'm scared to play it. I'm so scared to play it. Yeah, it looks really cool. I have a really addictive personality. I have a very addictive personality, and MMOs and me have not been a good combination in the past. So it scares me because it does look really, really good. I think it might be fun to do it. The problem with MMOs is you can't play it for a summer and then stop and then come back. Everything. That's not entirely true. It really comes down to, like, I can't because I don't have the willpower necessary. Okay, so what are we doing? We just added, so anyone who's just joining us, are you going to be playing Ashes of Creation, The Lumen? It looks really good. It really does look great. Okay. So, here's what we have so far. We just added in, we've added in projectiles. The enemies can get destroyed. You can pick up the projectiles to shoot it again. They don't leave the center while you have a projectile. So while you're powered up, they won't leave the center. Okay, but we can, oh, that was too bad. Oh, that was too bad. We just added in a scoring for them, so they give you points when you defeat them. They can still get you. They're not like, they will still get you if they touch you, they will still defeat you. If they're out and they're vulnerable, they just run. They don't necessarily come after you. They switch to a running. Casual gamer detected. I used to be a little bit harder core of a gamer. I can't function that way anymore. I will try it. Not much time to give. Yeah. Oh, got. But yeah, we added that in there. What I'd like to do next, the feature that we're going to be working on next is, what did I get? Let's pull it up here. Difficulty should increase based on level. So currently, everything is just the same. Every level is the same. We grew up, at least that's what we tell ourselves, I know. So in the original Pac-Man, the ghost speeds up. based on the level. The amount of time that a power-up lasts decreases on the level. So, and the player speed also increases on the level. Let's double check that. Pac-Man difficulty explained. Let's see if we have a thing. Pac-Man variable of difficulty. Okay, so we have this sort of table here. Pac-Man's dot speeds. Pac-Man slows down a bit when eating dots. My game doesn't do that. We grew up, yeah, we grew up. I try to be a little bit more responsible as a teacher. I have kids depending on me. When I didn't have students depending on me, I was a little bit less. I would take when Dragon Quest 11 came out. Let's see, when did Dragon Quest 11 come out? Dragon Quest, I think it was 11. Came out. Yeah. Dragon Quest 11, this game, Echoes of an Elusive Age. I took 2 weeks off work when this game came out. So I was like, I need to take time off work because I know I'm not going to be able to focus at work or anything like that. So I actually took 2 weeks of vacation with it. This is like how addictive video games are for me. Now that I'm a teacher, I don't have to take the time off during the school year because I know I'm going to get a summer where I get 9 weeks. I get a spring break where I get 2 weeks. I get a winter break where I get 3 weeks. I don't have to do that, but I used to take off weeks at a time to play video games. But yeah, when this game came out, I took 2 weeks off of work, and in those 2 weeks, I played it 140 hours, something ridiculous because I get so addicted to video games. So I try not to do that. What's really cool is since I've been doing game dev the last year, a lot of that video game itch has gotten scratched just from making and playing my own games, which has been really, really cool. It's been awesome to have that. I find now that that's not true. Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I played 180 hours over the summer. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I think I don't think my body can handle Baldur's Gate 3. I own it. I just haven't played it because I'm scared of it. Ghost tunnel speed. Yeah, so there's things about the Ghost where their speed changes and increases here. Let me open this image in a new tab. Maybe it'll be bigger. There we go. So Pac-Man speed in levels. Okay, so check this out. Pac-Man has a lower speed. Ghost speed. The Ghost speed up. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. That's really interesting when we get to level 21. We get to level 21. So I'm assuming this is saying relative to Pac-Man speed. Pac-Man is at speed 100. The Ghosts are at speed 95. When you're eating dots, you're actually slower than the Ghost here. And then this is Elroy. This is the Ghost base speed. Elroyd's speed. This is one of the Ghosts. Gets faster. Tunnel speed gets halved. Yeah, that's really interesting here. So I think I'm going to follow something similar. We're going to have Pac-Man's base speed is 8 is what we have. Our Ghost speed, we could also set to 8 and then have this multiplier set on it. So I think that's what we'll do here. I think that's what we'll do. Let's come into our game should. Okay. Game should or enemy should might be, so enemy should, not element should, enemy should, player should. These are the two things. Enemy should, that, public void, enemy should be faster. This is so interesting. This is so interesting. Enemy should increase speed based on level. What am I thinking? Let's go look at our player, our enemy actor here. Juan Van, welcome back. How are you on this beautiful day? Hyper, congratulations on your number 20. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that exclamation point first. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. Warm for sure. Gotcha. It's starting to feel that way a little bit. I'm glad you're here. So we have our set speed. Okay. So we have a base speed here. And then we have a level multiplier to our speed as well. So given a game, our base speed, our speed should increase. I'm wondering if it makes sense to have a speed multiplier, and that speed multiplier will be based off the level. Hyper says, I don't like to code because I get into tutorial hell, but I like watching people. Is that weird? I don't think that's weird. I don't think so. I used to not understand. I used to always feel I love coding so much. Programming is so fun to me. The problem solving aspect is so great to me. I used to think that everyone should program. I used to feel like, oh man, if you could just program, you would see what I see, would love it the way I love it. I used to feel that way. I'm not saying that coding isn't for everyone, that not everyone can code. I just think that not everyone gets the same dopamine hit, the same satisfaction from coding that I get and that some other people get. It's similar. Some people love watching football or sports for that matter. There's some sports I like, but football has never been something I've gotten super excited about. Even though there are people out there that said like, well, if you watch football, if you could get into it the way I get into it, you would love it the way I love it. And so I don't think that's weird at all. I think a lot of people like watching people code because they love watching the process, but the problem solving, I'm not saying maybe not. I think the problem solving aspect isn't for everyone. And that's okay. That's okay. I think anyone can do it, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of the frustration that I have when I'm coding. That's the interesting part, is like the frustrating part is kind of fun to me. I don't think it's fun for everyone. Not everyone likes the hard levels in Mario. Exactly, Juan. Not everyone likes the hard levels in Mario. That's exactly right. It's very similar. Okay, so game board slow tile here. So I think it's totally fine to feel that way. Maybe I'll start back up in part 2 of your book. I need to write it. There's so many things I want to do, and there's only one of me. Stone Eagle, that's exactly how I feel about it. I love the puzzle that is programming. The puzzle that is programming is so incredible to me. This set speed. Perhaps we should have this be public. But game level, what I should do is, what's interesting is if I make this 20%, if I make this apply a multiplier, as the game level increases, yeah, there's some interesting things here that it could start affecting these other things. We start on level 1, so we know that we're okay there. I'm wondering if this is something that should go in the enemy or the AI behavior. Mendoza said, speaking of frustration, I love programming too, but it reminds me of when I solved really hard math problems back in school. The reward is so much greater, you know. Yeah, exactly. It's the reward. It's the working through. It's the pushing through it. Makes it harder to get at, keeps the speed in one place. And is set speed more than one object. Speed is here. That's fine. So speed, there's a base speed that we can set. And speed is a calculated value. Where is speed? Speed is a calculated value here. So we can set the speed. And so the question I need to ask is, what should set the speed here? So the thing we're trying to do is, as the level increases, the enemy's speed increases. Should this be part of an enemy? Should it be part of a specific behavior? So the enemies have an AI attached to them. Should the AI control the speed? Should the game control the speed, or should the enemy itself control the speed? Right now, internally, we have this base speed here, and we say when we are going through a tunnel, so this is the tunnel, our speed is reduced to 0.75. Something I'd like to do here is say, if we're alive, if we're not alive, our speed is times 2. One thing that we could do here is say, if is your enemy leveling up to get new speeds, or what influences speed? Yeah, so the level. Land, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. The enemies should have a faster speed as the level increases. So the game starts out, they're slower at the beginning, and then their speed increases as the game gets faster. It would be funny if the player chooses the enemy speed. That would be fine too, actually. That could be a fun little challenge for it. So the enemy speed as the game, the simplest thing I can think of doing would be if game, base speed times, and then have a thing that says level multiplier game. A game dot level. Oh, we don't even have a level. Hang on, there's no level? Okay, well, that must be private. Let's go look at our game, iGame. We need to know what level we are, so our game needs to tell us what level we are. Todd, welcome back to the stream. Annika on your stream, great question. It's called Zoom It. Zoom It. It's part of Windows sysinternals. I need to make a command for Zoom It. Do I have a Zoom It command? I don't think I do. I need to add that in. But yeah, this is it's part of the sysinternals. Good question. Potato, you kind of do. I think it'd be fun to be able to, so you can make your own challenges that way, right? You can configure your game to be challenging in the way that you want it to be challenging. We need an idea of what level it is. Public int level. Get here. And our game, so we're missing this thing about level. Let's go into, it's gonna break some places. Let's do a build real quick to go find where we've broken. Our delegate board needs to implement through delegate game. There it is. And our game itself, I think already had that. It just wasn't exposed to the interface. I think is what it was. So we already had a level. It just wasn't exposed to our interface. Okay. So the question is, where does this test make sense? What is the statement? Should it be enemy should increase speed based on level? Should it be game sets enemy speed on level up? Should it be enemy behavior? So should it be that traditional AI increases speed based on level? So the question is, what does the code look like? What is controlling? All of those, I think, are reasonable ways to do it. And that's the question that we're asking right now, is where do we put this code? What controls it? Is it the enemy actor? So regardless of the AI that's attached to it, the behavior that's attached to it, all enemies will have the same speed. That is an interesting thought here. Maybe the game should, nameless coder, that's one option. The game controller says, well, this particular game, the ghost increased speed in this particular way. If we were doing it the way Pac-Man does it, I would put it on the behavior, right? So if I was doing it the way Pac-Man does it, because this is the ghost speed, but different ghosts have different speeds based on the state of the game. So there's a ghost called Elroy, and Elroy's speed changes based on how many dots are left, what level it is, and so and how much time has passed in the game. So there is a ghost that, as the game proceeds, gets faster as the game's playing. The question is, how should we do this? If I want to do it this way, if I want it to be flexible this way, I think it might go on the AI behavior. Whereas we have a modifier that the AI behavior can add into the enemy actor. So part of me is thinking we should have public double speed modifier like this. And the speed modifier changes the speed of the enemy. Speed modifier, when we're moving, it'll update this speed. So this will just start out as 1. By default, it's 1. They contain all the info they need for all levels. Land3D says if you have an animation curve that represents the power up over time for each level, they actually contain all of it. If you want them autonomous like the chart, then enemy itself is probably best, or if it's external forces act on those. So keep in mind, the behaviors of the enemy are in this AI file here. So an enemy has a behavior attached to it. And then during update, it says, oh, what is my, use the behavior to determine how far it moves. So that is, so it's just one enemy actor class, and then the way it gets the behavior is based on here. So I'm thinking that our enemy behavior does this on our behalf. And then we can say, okay, well, we have different behaviors here. We actually can attach this to any enemy. This is a speed multiplier that gets attached to the enemy here. So all enemies have a multiplier for each stat. Because we do calculate the speed. So the behavior, the behavior sort of works. Well, the behavior, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it could be acted upon external forces. So it's always an interesting question of like, where do we put this code? What makes the sense? And so this is where the testing kind of makes sense. Like it's helping to decide this. Enemy should. What is acting? Enemy should, behavior should, game should. Which one of those sounds correct when we're talking about modifying it? Yeah. Which one of those sounds correct when we're talking about it? I think, and it's interesting here because you might have multiple behaviors. Right now it's not that way, but you could potentially have multiple behaviors added to an enemy and say, well, now instead of one behavior, I have a list of behaviors of how it acts, so you could potentially combine those behaviors together. Land3D thinks we should have it in the enemy actor. And the enemy should apply it to itself. Make it work the current best way, then refactor when it no longer makes sense. Yeah, so that's my question is like, what makes the most sense right now? Lance, thank you for sharing your video on Discord. Folks, don't forget, we do have a Discord. We can share what you're working on. Snabble says, speaking of tests, I once applied for a game company and what they had was a text output generator from their state. Then they started with input state and ran a bunch of action on it. Verified the final state was correct by string comparison. Sometimes if you have you have to do that with Blackbox. I know if you want to verify your game continues to have the same behavior and you don't have unit tests in place, that can be a way to do it. Lance says, I like tweaking things in scriptable objects, so if your enemies are too fast for how you can edit the curve in the scriptable object. Land3D, keep in mind, we're not in Unity currently. We're not in Unity currently. So that might change your perspective here. I'm not saying that we can't do things like that, but we aren't in Unity right now. We do have like update enemy actor. This is why I'm saying it's a little bit interesting here. Yeah, so Snabble, that would not necessarily be a unit test, right? That would be a test of like input, output. Input this, we expect the output to be that. And if we don't want the baby here, we can play the game and then have a test here where we're reading all our input, writing all our output to a file, and we rerun that input again. Does it produce the exact same output? That's a great way to do a refactor test. Am I changing the behavior of this? Yes or no. If I don't want to change the behavior at all, we need to be careful that we match exactly. Otherwise, it's not a true refactor anymore. I think I want to put the speed adjustments, base speed, set speed. So there's a conflicting issue here. Base speed. Yeah, I think my enemy needs to have a speed multiplier here. And that multiplier is what I want to have. We have our base speed times our multiplier, and then the AI can set that multiplier. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that public double speed multiplier here. We start out with a 1. So it starts out at 1, and then potentially the game, or you know what? Maybe the game sets the speed multiplier. That might make sense. And the tested enemy speed should be based off of multiplier. We rewrite the speed here because it's being used by our update. And we slow them down here. Yeah, I like this idea of putting it here like this, speed multiplier. And then we can say game should, or behavior should, update speed multiplier based on level. So I need to add in an AI for that, Let's do, I'm gonna add it to traditional AI here. Get a new test. Traditional enemy AI should we're going to want to use shouldly. Traditional enemy AI should, using shouldly, and we want to do a test, a fact, public void. So it could be a theory too. Theory. I think it's going to be a theory. Start out as a fact. And then we'll throw it in. Should set enemy multiplier speed multiplier based. Set enemy speed multiplier based on level. And so as the level increases, the speed multiplier increases as well. We could potentially even add a little AI behavior here. You know what? That might make sense. Have a behavior that specifically controls, or a speed controlling behavior. Let's not over-engineer. We need it. How do you know when you get a level? In this game, the level increases, and I might even have that game should level. I don't have that here actually. The level currently, that's something that we could write a test for. The level increases when the start down level countdown here. Let's go look at this. When we eat a dot, it's in the dots here. Check dots. When we eat a dot, we check level complete. If there are no dots remaining, we say that the level is complete and we start a countdown for the next level. The level increases when level countdown reaches 0. So level, if I search for level plus, start next level increases the level. And then our AI actually gets a copy of the game saying, hey, what's the game state? What should I do? And the game state can adjust it. So you could potentially have things like, oh, when I see an enemy, So I wander around slow. You could have a Baldy that's wandering an enemy that's wandering around slowly. And when it has line of sight of the player, then its speed increases. You could have something like that too. There's a bunch of different options. Hang tight, everybody. I gotta step away for just a moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. My dog needed me. Dog's okay now, though. Dog's okay now, though. All right. So, traditional enemy AI should set enemy speed based on level. And so I can create a traditional enemy AI under test equal to new AI here. And it has like a bunch of things inside of it. Where we patrol, where we exit the base behavior, and then sort of the exit time. So there's a bunch of stuff here. That's why it's like hesitant. Maybe it doesn't need to be this traditional enemy AI. We might swap it out with something like our like a base enemy AI, something like that. But let's give it a new tile. 0, 0. New tile. 0, 1. New tile. And this really is interesting. 0, 2. It doesn't actually need all these things. The enemy exit behavior could just be a mock behavior. New target tile behavior. New tile. 0, 0. So it's just like a mock. New target player tile. Do that. Does target player tile take in anything? No, it doesn't. What am I missing here? Oh, exit time 0. Okay. So this is the thing under test. And we need to make a mock game based on our level. Okay, so we're going to create a game. New, we'll make a game and then config here. Let's create a config. And our string array config can have cap. Man, let's go to our game tests. Game should, just so I can still this. All right, so we just have a Catman in there that we don't actually care that much about. This state here. What we really care about is this under test. Okay, so under test dot get next direction. This is where it feels weird. Do we want to have a get next direction? Should our enemy behavior have some sort of update? Speed update enemy stats. This get next direction feels odd to me to use in this way. And so I actually think introducing an additional behavior type to this might be useful of enemy speed behavior. An I enemy speed behavior has an update that says given a game, an enemy modifies that enemy. I think that might make sense as well. Otherwise, we have to add arguments to our enemy specifying like the rate of speed increase. That's another option. I'm going to create a new file here. I think I want to do an I enemy speed controller. Namespace Catman, like this. What I want. Otherwise, I have to override it. I could also make a delegate on how to set it, and then we specify the delegate somehow. There's sort of a default one. That's another option. It's really only one method here. Public interface enemy speed controller. And all this has is a public void set speed. And it takes in an enemy actor. And an game, which is the game state it has here. And it sets the speed of the actor. Maybe it should just retrieve. I think it might make sense for it to actually retrieve the speed. Determine speed, calculate speed, get speed might be the best name here. Given an game and an actor in that game, what speed should this actor have? Double. Get speed multiplier. I like this. I like this. So now we can create a base speed multiplier. And then another one for the Kevin, our target player one that increases based on the state of the game. So get speed multiplier. I like this. And then our enemies can swap those out. So we'll have, so rather than traditional enemy, this felt incorrect once we got here. This felt incorrect. I'm gonna rename this to base enemy speed controller, behavior controller, sort of the same, should set enemy speed based on level. Okay, so we no longer have this. Instead, I would like to have a class Demo Tryin'. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Demo Tryin'. Thank you for following. Thank you for the follow on this beautiful day. Demo Tryin', thank you so much for the follow. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Wherever you happen to be in the world, I hope it's beautiful. Enemy actor. What? Dukasoft. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here as well. Hope you're doing beautiful. Part of me feels like this could be a delegate. Given a function that takes in a game, an iGame, and an enemy actor, and returns an int. You guys are too much. Thank you for the whoa. Thank you for the doy. Congratulations on number 21, Dukasoft. Draco, congratulations on number 22. Codebug, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm doing my best. Thank you for the hey. Hey, listen. That's right. Speed multiplier. And we could have a get set here. And this can be set to a default. So this feels like it should maybe be a static class. Enemy speed multipliers. So we'll have a public static double. This should return a double, by the way, not an int. Yeah, I like this a little bit better. And we can say enemies speed uses speed multiplier, something along those lines. Hey, Dukasoft. Oh, what did I delete? Base speed. I want to get rid of the speed multiplier here. So down here, it becomes speed multiplier of game and this. Yeah, this is more testable. This is going to be easier to test. I test this function. Public double. Let's switch the order of these. Because then I can make this static function. Public double. Public static double enemy speed multiplier. So it'll be the like Kevin speed. Kevin speed. This enemy actor. And really iGame here, game. And we don't actually care about this actor. Can I put an underscore here? In this particular case, this is just going to be return game.level. And we can have a multiplier here based on the level. And the function that I want, let me think about this function. The function that I want is level 1 is 0.75. And maybe this needs to just be speed multiplier because our player is going to have a speed multiplier as well. Level 1 is 0.75. Level 2, I think it goes up to 0.80. 3.85. 4. We'll create one that's a base one. 0.95 plus is going to be 0.95. That's what we're going to do. This is the function that we want here. So I'm going to just call this basic speed. Basic increasing speed. And we're going to say in here int multiplier is equal to math.max of math.min, sorry, of 5 or game.level. So when we get to 5, it's always going to be 5. So once we're at level 5, and we're going to use this to multiply 5. So it's going to be 0.70 plus 0.05 times multiplier. Like this. So we're going to increase by 0.5. At level 1 will be 75, 285 increases. Basic increasing speed here. It's our basic increasing speed. And so what we can do, let's make another one. Public static double. Always 100. Always 100%. Or we could just call this no multiplier. This enemy actor, game. We ignore both of these. And we just return 1. Oh, we can't name them both underscores like that. That's fascinating. Can do double underscore. I thought underscore was ignored here. Because this happens to be a delegate type, I want all of the types to match this. Okay. So what we do is in our enemy actor, our default speed multiplier, we can also make this an initable. Let's make this initable. Let's go with base. Let's call this, rather than enemy speed control, we'll call this enemy speed. We'll just call it speed multipliers, like this. Speed multipliers. And we'll have one for the player. The player's going to end up with one of these two because the player starts out, speed will increase, not going to start at 100. Maybe. So we'll call this base speed multipliers dot basic increasing speed, but this becomes really easy to test now. have to swap these. This, comma, game. And the reason it becomes easy to test, I mean, it's almost something we don't need to test. Almost something we don't need to test. What we need to test is the following. I've got more viewer than Fritz. With great power comes great responsibility. We better go raid Fritz. That, Snabble, what I'm hearing is we gotta go raid C# Fritz. Let's give a shout out. Folks, if you guys don't know C# Fritz. C# and then, hang on. That's right. Let's give a shout out to C# Fritz. Let me get it right. Thank you for letting me know. As you guys know, I keep my viewer count up. He needs the money. Does he? I love C# Fritz because all the money he gets from subs, I believe he donates, right? Let's give a shout out to C# Fritz. We love C# Fritz. Folks, if you guys don't know C# Fritz, if you want to learn more about C#, he's making a bunch of C# courses, or C# videos, not courses. Give C# Fritz some love. Incredible C#. It's because this is my bot account. I was like, how am I not following this guy? C# Fritz, absolutely incredible C# developer. Look at this guy, 23K followers. This guy's a legend, absolute legend. Go follow him. Give him a follow. We love him. Click that follow. I see. Look, I know when you guys follow. Nameless Coder. Thank you for following C# Fritz. I was gonna say I can see when people follow. All right, folks. But yeah, if you want to learn more about C#, C# Fritz knows more than I'll ever know about C#. Incredible human being. Absolutely love the guy. But we'll raid over there today, so you guys can get a first-hand interactions. Okay, so what I want to do now, I don't need this. I can get rid of this AI thing. Instead, in my enemy, I can add in the following fact. Public void enemy speed should use speed multiplier. So I can do this. Enemy speed should use speed multiplier. Kovalaki, welcome to the stream. Welcome back, my friend. Happy to have you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. And so what we can do here is we can do an enemy actor under test. We say equals to a new. Going to give a new position, 0, 0, 1 direction dot down. Fine. And we want to also initialize enemy, what we can do, speed multiplier. We can set this equal to our delegate. We can create a delegate multiplier. And we can create a thing here called test function enemy actor iGame double, and we can make this called our test multiplier. And this takes in an actor. We can really ignore these. Underscore goes to 7. Okay. My stomach is so stressed it could melt metal at the moment. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better. We are having Patching Tuesday. This is on a software project. That sounds Patch Tuesday. So much stress waiting for the patch to come out. I'm glad I don't have to work somewhere anymore where I have patches and stuff rolling out like that. I know what that stress is like. Speed multiplier is our test multiplier here. Okay. Science. Glad to have you here, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. How are you on this beautiful day? Is it a beautiful day for you? Folks, if you guys don't know Balint is an incredible science educator, streamer, science communicator. I missed an S. Let's try harder. Be sure to check him out. I'll be there tomorrow. He's streaming every day. I'll be there tomorrow for my proscopy. Blah blah blah. So for Whack'em Wednesday, not microscopy Wednesday. Science, what are you up to tonight? Tell us. Let us know. It's mediocre. Better now that I see you. I'm glad you're doing better now. My day is better now that you're here as well. Twice as nice. You know, every time someone's here, every time someone shows up, my day gets twice as good. So we're gonna have a speed multiplier here. Model build tonight. Thank you for the kind words, my friend. You're welcome. Fancy mug. Yeah, this is my JD Does Dev mug. Science, do you have any mugs? Do you have mugs on your merch? Do you have merch mugs? Show mug. Look at that JD Does Dev. There's that big brain. that big brain, the show mug, the show mug. I gotta get myself. We do lots of mugs. I gotta get me one. Code Monk with your 1JD. With your 1JD. I should check in with JD. I haven't heard from him in a few days. I hope he's doing all right. I think he might be at a conference. I know he's preparing for a conference. I can't remember for sure what the dates of that were, though. Should use speed multiplier. Okay. So he's at the con. That's what I thought. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Sigian, congratulations on your 23. You're 25. Close. Sigian, it's great to have you here, folks. Sigian, incredible human being, creator of our intro music. Thank you so much for being here. He's my 2,000 follower. He's also my 1,000 follower. I suspect he will be following again as our 3,000th follower as well. But we'll have to just wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. I have to. That's interesting. That's interesting, Sigian. That's super interesting because I'm gonna send you a message. Remind me to send you a message, Sigian. Just give you a heads up on something. Congratulations, 66,000 points, Red Mur. You're rich over there. I need to do the outro. Yeah, I really want. Time is not on my side. Really, this I want to have a bool was called equals false, and then this should return 1, and then was called is true. And so after we do an update under test dot update, we need to give it a game and a delta time, and was called dot should be true. So we have to get a mock game in here as well. So I'm just gonna steal this one. I really should make a mock game that we can use up at the top somehow. But yeah, our speed should get set using that. And then under test update called under test dot speed should be equal. This is where I'm not sure if this makes sense. We just know that it was called under test dot base speed times 2. So I could do 2 here. And it feels like maybe this should be a theory, so we can swap out that number. Theory double multiplier. Inline data. Multiplier should be 0.75, 0.9, 1.7. So we get them all. This becomes multiplier. This becomes multiplier, and it shouldn't be, we should say dot should be. And then can we give it a delta here? Tolerance 0.001. There we go. So this is our test. Redmer asked, do you store a list of people and their points if you need / want to check? There is, I don't do it manually, but it's part of this tool here. So this is Firebot. This is where our bot is. So we have currency, and under points, there's metadata for every user. So if I were to come into our users, our viewers here, for example, I could go into Redmer. And if I select you, it shows how many points you have there. So I don't do it manually, but it is tracked in the bot itself. Yeah, so I just gonna demerits. No demerits for you, Code Monk. No demerits. You've been so good. I haven't had to give you any demerits. I'm safe so far. So far, so good. Let's run these tests. I think they're gonna pass. Or they I feel like they should pass based on what I've written. I'm using Firebots. Firebot. I use this tool. OSIC1. OSIC1. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the academy. Thank you. Oh, sick. Thank you for following me today. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. Glad to have you here. Glad you're here. Just to make sure that this test fails before we add this in here. But the enemy speed now, we should be able to set their speed multiplier. Osick1, I hope you're having a beautiful day. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. This community is all about learning and coding and growing together as a crew. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Distant Answer, congratulations on number 25. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so we have our multiplier here. So now in our program, we need to, this is where this GameInit thing is a little bit annoying. It feels like there should be a game builder. What's this keyword mean? This keyword? You're referring to this? This keyword I think is a terrible word. I actually hate it's called this. In Python and in some languages called self. And I find self to be a lot easier to describe because you want to say this is this. So it makes it hard to talk about. This keyword refers to the game object that you're inside of. So I'm inside of the enemy actor. This keyword is saying the object for which this method is attached to. So for example, speed multiplier is a function. Let me close to the right here. Is a function that expects an enemy actor to be passed in. So there's an argument for an enemy actor that it uses. The enemy actor that is being passed into this function happens to be the one that is the instance here. I don't know if that makes sense. Chalibu, welcome to the stream. Can you make a Lua stream at some time? I've done Lua streams in the past. We'll probably be doing more Tick 80 stuff in the future. Chalibu, chill if you want to. I'm not saying chill. I'm trying to say your name. Chalibu. If you want to. In Python, self is also part of the function signature. Yeah, I kind of like that in my mind. It says whether or not it's a method. It's easier to see. This keyword is implicit. If you want me to go into more depth, Hyper, let me know. I'd be happy to explain a little bit more. Chalibu, if you want to, on the Discord, there is a section under live stream. Let me show you here. So on the Discord, there is a section under live stream here called Suggest a Topic. So if you would like to suggest a topic, you can come here and say, do something in Lua. So we've done Lua on stream a few times for the Tick 80. Specifically, we created this game. Do I have a Tofu Land here? Tofu Land. We created this game. This game is written in Lua for the Tick 80. So this is a game that we made on stream in Lua. Here is super fun to make this game. The controls are I don't like the default controls, so let me adjust them here. Left, right, A, B. So we did make this game on stream, and it's written in Lua. And we can actually look at the source code of it here. So we did do a stream on Lua. I am hoping to create a course on Lua as well for my students. I like Lua so much, I want to make a course. In Abstract, you can even choose how to call self/this. Ooh, I did not know that. I'm glad you're here, my friend, though. But yeah, if you want to do more Lua, if we want me to do some more Lua stuff, just make a suggestion for it. I suspect this summer I'll be doing more Lua because I want to design a longer course for Lua, and I want to expand the TIC 80. Lo-Fi Crap, yeah, I know it's you. I know it's you. Thank you for the reminder. I did forget, but with the name change, I did forget. But thank you for the reminder. Okay. Hyper, let me know if you want me to explain it a little bit more. I can set up an example. Okay. So our speed multiplier here is difficult to set up now because it's part of our knit. We need to specify, there's sort of an additional line that we need to specify the speed. Or we can just give all of them the base speed. That would be the easiest thing to do. They all, you know what? They all actually do have the basic increasing speed, which is interesting. I do think we should give them, since we're going to be slowing them down, let's do this. Let's play the game. When I beat the level, they should get faster. The tests are passing, so it should get faster. I should have waited to pick that up. I should have waited to pick that one up too. Oh, I'm a fool. I think the enemy can still defeat you when they're running away like that. I need to go pick this up. To fire it again. Oh. Yeah, I know. So we do have the school I work at. I don't teach this class, but the school I work at does have a Roblox class that is taught sometimes. And I know that's and a lot of my students, the reason I started doing the TIC 80 classes, I had students requesting me to teach Lua because of that reason. Getting them. That was a great set of shots there. All right, let's get to the next level. They should be faster here. They should be Oh yeah, I definitely can see them faster already. They should still be slower than me. Yeah, they'd have to be at speed 8 to match my speed. When they're running, we should make them slow down, but that's an issue that we should add. Oh no. By the way, I have fun right now. What are you having fun doing? You having fun watching, or are you having fun? Like, I'm glad you're having fun. What are you doing that's so fun? Uh-oh. You can curve the hats. I do think that's a cool little thing we can do to curve the hats around the corner. That was too soon. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Got. That's correct, Biffles. We're doing this in real life. Are you certain various plan to be injected to be able to utilize serialized export features of other engines? I hadn't considered that. The way you would want to, you would have to create a. So I'm thinking about how I'd do it in Unity. For the builder is you'd end up, so they don't have like serialized field on them because it's not serializable, but we could serialize them. It wouldn't be that hard to make them serializable. In C# you could add the serialize, and then in Unity they'd show up. Pepe the Warmonger, what a wild name. Pepe, I hope it's just a name and you're not coming for me. Pepe the Warmonger. Thank you for following the captain Coder on this beautiful day. Thank you for the follow, Pepe. I hope you're having a beautiful day. But yeah, Biffles, I hadn't thought about the export of it there. It's particularly interesting here because I would want to have sort of like a game builder for setting this thing up. And having some sort of game initializer, some sort of adapter. And that's what I've done in the past. So my chess puzzle, I end up with an adapter. So if we go and I don't know if you saw that one here. Thanks for being here, Pepe. I'm glad you're friendly. I'm glad you're not declaring war on us. But if I end up needing you, I'll let you, not needing you for war specifically. If someone attacks us, I'm glad to know you're on our side, Pepe. I'm glad to know you're on our side. So we do have this speed adjustment now. There's some interesting difficulties here. Yeah, so let me show you how I did it with the chess puzzler game, because we did it in the chess puzzler, and I can show you how we did that. Let's take up this bit. Come on, do the thing. So if you're familiar with Unity specifically, we did it in Godot as well. There's a Godot version of this. So we needed to have this puzzle library. In the console version, you just have access to the file system. You can read it from the file system. In a Unity project and in a Godot project, these need to be assets inside of the resources of the project. And so I ended up creating this interface called Load Puzzle. So in the file system version, so there's a file system puzzle library like this. And all this one does is say, well, tell me where to look on your file system, and then I can load them that way. We couldn't do this in Unity because I wanted to deploy to the web or wherever you deploy. The way Unity builds, the assets get bundled together. And so we ended up creating this interface to be able to do that. And so in our Unity version, we needed to add in a script that was our Unity puzzle library. And so this ended up being a scriptable object that I could use to take the Unity version, say, well, in Unity, this is how I have to load these things. And it converts our puzzles that way. So it loads it from the iPuzzle library, loads the puzzle. And then those happen to be part of this here. You set them as text assets. I use Firebot, Chalibu. I use Firebot. I haven't had any problems with it. It's open source, so it's, depends on what you mean by safe. I really like Firebot though. And then in Godot, yeah, I haven't had any problems with that. I don't believe so. It's open source. It's technically so. I'll say it's technically possible. But with it being open source, it makes it less likely in my mind that that would happen. Our Godot project. This is interesting. How did I do it in Godot? I swear we had to write a... Maybe we didn't. Maybe we were able to just read text files in this one. Puzzles? I thought we had to write a puzzle loader. You're gonna trust me? I've had no problems with it. It's running on my system. I trust it. Sprites. This is interesting. I was pretty sure we had written something in Godot to load them as well. Let's look here. Current puzzle, render puzzle, update status, unhandled. Yeah, here it is. Godot, I just didn't put it in its own file. Godot resource puzzle library. Essentially implemented the same interface here. And so this can be dropped into any, you can make an instance of this and then you hand this off to the puzzle thing, the thing that loads it. And so it does the same thing here. There's a little bit of string generation that needed to happen in Godot. Biffles, did that kind of answer your question? As far as serialization goes, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to do. My main issue would be that in my game right now, I wouldn't be able to do field serialize. Exactly. My base game gets exported as a library that can be consumed by other .NET partners. That's how it would work with non-.NET engines, maybe export DLL functions for engines like Unreal. Yeah, so you would have to write a wrapper for it at that point. So because at that point, you would need what's often called a foreign function interface. It says, how do I do bindings to this library that's a .NET library, not a native language library? So it needs to know how to read it. I've never done that. So you could do it as you would have to write a wrapper in your other engine to be able to access it using a foreign function interface. What was I doing? So I added in these speeds. So there's some consideration here on specifying the different enemy speed multipliers. Probably need to open your own .NET host if the engine does not itself. Yeah, I'm not sure. Gotta make a wrapper. Wicka wicka. Whoa. Dukasoft. Wiki. Whoa. I should have a wiki. Whoa. I have a work project right now where I have to export .NET DLL functions to work with a Pascal Delphi executable. That's interesting. That's an interesting challenge there. I've never done that. I've done it with Java. And I've done it going from Haskell into Python. So a compiled Haskell, but that's a little bit different because Haskell compiles to like a native. Dukasoft, thank you for the hat. Let's get a hat added to the stack here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I need a, let's see, is this a big enough hat? Last time I was wearing a hat and that was didn't fit well enough. Let's put my head's so thick this morning. I need a nice thick hat. There we go. Get a hat added to the stack. Oh, I'm sure it's horribly annoying. I'm wondering, oh, okay, so I'm assuming you don't have control over the compilation. I need to make everything new in my game because I don't know what the problem is. Ooh, that sounds painful and frustrating. The export and all of that is working fine. I was just a pain to figure out. Gotcha. So we have a basic thing here. I think I'm going to leave the next step as a feature. So our enemy actor, let's go look at what we added here. So the game does increase in difficulty. Oh, the other thing I might want to do, this should be separated into two different things. Yeah, you got 17,000 points, right? Or did you lose your points? Let's go see. We can do it. I thought we did it. Did we not do a point transfer for you? Lo-Fi Craft, we can transfer your points. Give me a second. Here, we can transfer them. We have the technology. Let's go look. Viewers. Lo-Fi Craft. Lo-Fi. Wait, is it not? What was your... Are you sure we didn't transfer them? Craft. How did we spell Lo-Fi Craft? What was your previous? Wasn't it like Lo-Fi Craft 13? How did we spell it? Well, yeah, but I need to find how many points you had previously. I think it transferred them to you. Yeah, so it says join date 2023, February 2023. So I think it's kept them here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it transferred. I was gonna say the fact that you have 17,000 tells me it transferred. Cool. In the past they've not transferred for some people, but yeah, the fact that it doesn't show that Lo-Fi Craft as an account means that it transferred. Okay, 1 billion points. Dukasoft, if you want to get that Lambo redeem, you gotta earn it. You can't just add 1 billion points. Nice try, my friend. It's a nice try. That Lambo redeem. You gotta save up. For it, folks. Don't forget. Captain Coder. If you scroll down. If you want to, I know a lot, and it's the coveted. Oh, wrong button. Coveted Lambo redeem down here. So we have this redeems section. You may have seen down here. We do have an ultimate redeem, but if you have to ask, you don't have enough points. If you have to ask, you definitely don't have enough points. But if you want to try, exclamation point Lambo, give it a shot. Maybe you got enough. Maybe you have what it takes for the... Oh, this doesn't need to go over there. Maybe you have what it takes. Maybe you've been here long enough. Duka, you're so close. You're almost there. I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised people haven't pulled their points together. I'm surprised people haven't tried to pull their points together to get it. But yeah, it's a little bit spicy on the price there. Okay. Lambo number 5. Let's go look here. Should increase based on level. So what I'm realizing is this is such a vague issue. I bet Cap has an alert when someone gets close to it, adds a 0, starting a GoFundMe for Captain's Point to get a Lambo. Biffles, go for it. Go for it. So difficulty should increase based on level. Honestly, this should be called enemy speed should adjust on level. And so really we want to add another thing like player speed should increase based on level, that type of thing as well. Wish my fun to start all over again in my game. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. I think I want the speed multiplier. It gets up to 95. So in our program here, these guys are actually the same speed. They just, yeah, I think they're the same speed as Pac-Man, essentially is what it is. So as we play the game, when we get to level 5, they'll be really fast. So we can still outrun them, no problem here. Because they're at 75 speed. Gotcha. Oh, ah! They can still get us over there. All right, just so you guys can feel my pain, let's turn the desktop audio on for you. All right, thank you for hanging out. Have a beautiful day, Chalibu. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. We'll see you next time. Let's see if we can get all of the dots here. The difficulty is going to be much spicier now for sure. Gotcha. It's me saying welcome. Welcome. All right. So we could just have a display level. I'm gonna see how far I can get because this is actually the speed is gonna get much more challenging as we go. Exactly, Chalibu. It's not annoying at all. It's not annoying at all. Definitely need a toggle sound feature though. Oh, what a good hit. What a good hit there. We need, yeah, it's one of the issues is we need a sound toggle. One of the issues is definitely sound toggle. Boom, got him. Uh-oh. This is much more dangerous than Pac-Man, for sure, because the enemies still kill you when they're in the frightened state. They can still get you. The Baldies are welcome, 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 welcome. Come get them. All right, we're gonna see how far we can get here in Capman. Oh, there's a bug. Did you see that? The power down time continued over the level, so there's a bug. Let's add that to a issue here. Power up should reset at the start of new level. This is a bug. I'm going to submit this issue here. Dramulks, you're getting close. Dramulks might be in first place. Dramulks, are you first place yet? I know yesterday you only needed 5,000 more points. You're getting close. We might need to check on Muna's. Yeah, these guys are scary now. Got him. Don't think so? Oh. Oh, got him. Dracos, you got in first place. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the chat. All right, we can do it. Can we get to the next level? This game does get spicy. All right. Having to go pick that up is tricky. Okay, we're gonna make it to the next level. We're gonna make it. Here we go. Boom, next level. Did it give him 1 point? I gave 1, not a -1. That's funny. Sorry for the sound. I'm not really sorry. hope I'm not driving too many people crazy yet. All right, oh, I forgot. Game over. All right. All right, cool. The enemies do get harder. They do increase in the speed as we're doing. It's cheating. You can't give yourself points. You thought you had the system. You thought you had the system, but it's a nice try. Okay, I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. Let's go ahead and double check. We got. Thank you for the doy. I had to listen to that. Welcome on all the time. I'd go bald too. Oh, Biffles, let's say Proton. Proton. Thank you for following. Thank you for being here today. Oh, Proton. Thank you for the raid, Proton. I hope you're having a beautiful day. If you got a raid and run, no worries. If not, tell us how your stream went. What were you working on? Amazing Commodore 64, coding guru, graphician, musician, legend. Absolute legend. Go check out Proton, folks. Give him some love. How was your stream, Proton? Folks, click the heart. Thank you for the raid, Proton. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Oh, why can't I move? Uh-oh. There we go. All right, so I wanted to look at the changes I made here. The changes. When you Proton review this, welcome audio. Yeah, ask Proton what he thinks. Proton, have you heard the Capman game audio yet? Almost sounds like it's saying broken, broken, broken. But yeah, I'm excited about adding some different power-ups to it. I like the idea of having sort of a trap you can set for ghosts to walk into. So that idea of having a hat that will, the enemies can move over. Cool, cool. Okay. Sound is hilarious. I thought so too. I thought it turned out pretty good. All right, so we added this in. Let's make sure we have formatters. Let's go into each one. Here. Zoom out a little bit. This is for my sanity to be able to read these. Base speed is now used as a multiplier delegate added into the game level. Format that document. So the multiplier so far. Let's get rid of this white space at the end. I disguise his power up, let Pac-Man remove his hat to be ignored by the Baldies. Ooh, give you like a ghost-like feature? I like that. I like that. It's actually like a hat removal. So when you use the ability, you'll actually turn into a yellow Baldy. Oh, I love that idea. Biffles, we're gonna add that one in as an issue. Bald cap disguise. Bald cap disguise. Disguise. Okay, so I like this. Power up / hat that gives Capman a disguise so the player looks like a Baldy. This disables enemy collision, allowing Capman to move through enemies unharmed. Do you know why the sound is perfect? I don't know why. Why is the sound perfect? Why is the sound perfect? We're gonna call this an enhancement. And I'm gonna give credit here. Credit Daddy Biffles on Twitch. Daddy Biffles, let me know if you want me to put a different name in here for the credit for you. Sounds like it's saying Paku Paku. It's me saying welcome. So the original recording is me saying welcome. Do I still have it open here? Let's recent files. .1. This is the sound of it. Scott Prone, did you know that the original word for Pac-Man was Puckman? I did know that. You would think it was because he looks like a hockey puck, but it's actually because of the Japanese phrase Paku Paku, which means to flap one's mouth open and closed. Interesting, I didn't know that. If you don't want to clip being say Daddy, well, I'm fine putting Daddy Biffles here. That's your username on Twitch. I was just saying, if you want me to credit you in a different way, let me know. That's cool. I didn't know that. I knew it was original name was Puckman. 1 second. This is the original sound. Okay. All right, so if we listen to it here, it's welcome. If I slow it down, let's slow it down. -2. Oh, sorry, 0.5. There we go.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
It's me saying welcome, and then chopped into 2 noises there. We can normal. Oh, is it too quiet? It was normalized to be a little bit quieter.
Welcome. Welcome.
Me saying welcome. Apparently it sounded like, I don't know what word it sounded like, but we recorded something else, me saying waka. And apparently in the UK, when it was played really fast, sounded like something like a derogatory term, apparently. So we decided to change it. Bald cap disguise. Weapon idea. Or power up. I love the bald cap disguise idea. Okay. We were in the process here of finishing this up, and then I gotta get to work. Adjust the speeds a little bit. Enemy speed should use speed multiplier. We updated our game. Perfect. Let's run our bash check. Oh, this is the wrong folder. Bash check. Paku with low and slower voice. Paku. I wasn't paying attention to this. All right, we're good here. We're good there. Get status. Let's go ahead and add this in. Feet enemy should. One thing I really like about this as well is my commits can just be the names of the tests that I'm in. Enemy should use speed multiplier. There we go. And then we'll just push that up. We implemented a couple different speed multipliers that we can use, and we gave our enemies the basic speed multiplier. If we want to, we need a little bit of a better builder. Eventless gaming, yo ho, hi there. How you doing, Eventless? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. I'm having a beautiful Tuesday. Normalize it and then speed it up. Interesting. Baku. All right, we push that up. Let's go and do this pull request. Turn it into a pull request here. Implements and closes 62. They should increase based on that. Create pull request. Let that run. I want to add in an issue here. The enemies speed up. So one thing I want to do. The way we construct enemies is super interesting. It'd be nice to have a better way to do it. Game builder for constructing the game. For constructing a game. Currently, game is initialized with a string that is parsed in game. In the game class. This is slightly limiting / complex to create a game where the enemies are enemies have different speed multipliers. It's going to cause us to have to rewrite all of our tests. We have to rewrite all the tests / make them backwards compatible. A game builder that has a toString / parse method would be very helpful. So then we have some default values. We don't have to worry about it. Helpful. to use that. So this would definitely just be an enhancement here. It's sort of a programmer enhancement, not necessarily an enhancement to the game quality, but the programming quality, the ease of using as a programmer. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do was say Pac-Man speed should change based on level. So the speed of Pac-Man also increases as the levels increase there. Schla winner 4. Schla ha. Schla winner 4 has followed me. You know, Schla winner. Thank you for following me today. Schla winner, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. Based on the level. Or Capman, I should call it Capman. Greetings. I love it. I love it. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. Happy to have you here. All right. This pull request passed. Let's go ahead and finish this merge in. Folks, chat, crew, remember this project here. This project here is completely open source. Let's go ahead and zoom back in here. Git checkout main. Completely open source. There several crew members have been contributing. Smab, CodeMonk, Tuber Tugger, thank you guys so much for your contributions. Thank you so much for opening issues. I want everyone to know that this project's open source. If you find any interest in working on this project, maybe you want to add something. For example, Biffles, you came up with this idea for the bald cap disguise. If you're interested in attempting to implement it, go for it. Go click on this issue, add a comment here saying, I'm going to try to implement this. How might you approach it? Blah, blah, ask me questions, make a fork, work on it. I think that would be super awesome. If anyone wants to come in here and add anything to this game, I'm not saying that anything you add will get in, but open up an issue, open up a pull request, work on it, do the merge. We'll talk about it on stream. Maybe do a code review, pull it in. That type of stuff would be cool. Chief Yona. I would like to thank you for following me now, Chief Yona. Welcome to the crew today. You know, oh, Chief Yona, I'd like to thank you so much. Yeah, Chief Yona, thank you for following me. Chief Yona, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crew. All right, so I gotta get out of here. I gotta work. I have work in 15 minutes, so I gotta find someone to raid. We're gonna find someone to raid. I'm drinking an empty cup here. Drop it on Spotify event list. We'll be back tomorrow. So, folks, I'm going to remind you, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm out of town. I'm traveling next week. So, I won't be here next week. Just a reminder, in case you come by and you're like, oh, you know, Captain Coder's not here. What's going on? I'm just going to be out there. Oh, I missed your answer. Let me scroll up. Proton, sorry about that. About my stream, it didn't go as well as planned. I'm trying to understand the Oilers from it, but I got the beginning of the demo done. Very cool. Very cool. While we search for someone, we'll watch that for a little bit. Proton's working on an Amiga 500 game. It's not load. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. But yeah, be sure to check out this legend that is Proton, folks. But yeah, I'll be gone next week. I'm traveling. Super cool stuff. Proton writes in assembly for the Amiga. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I think that's what we're going to raid. I'm taking a look here. Full box feels good. We've raided full box before. Oh, you know what? I should raid C# Fritz. I said I was going to raid C# Fritz earlier. But, you know what? Full box is good stuff. We're going to raid full box. All right. We'll read C# Fritz in the future. We're ready to full box, folks. This small demo was made in cooperation between Complex, ScoopX, and Offense.
Just this.
We're gonna raid full box. We're gonna stick to game dev. We're gonna go see some Godotn, making a really cool game too. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for all the support you give me. A few little things that I need to do to promote myself I never do. Join the Discord. Love to see you there. Discord, ask questions, share your work, stay in touch with the community. If you want to learn programming, go ahead and do that. If you want to learning programming, if you want to teach people programming, help other people, that's a great place to do that as well. If you want to support me, you can do so on GitHub. You can sponsor us on GitHub if you'd like. And there's also a Ko-fi. Okay. I always feel uncomfortable saying these things, but those are the ways you can support Captain Coders Academy. All right, folks, remember to keep coding, keep growing. Oh, let me get the raid ready. Forgot to get it ready. Raid. Let's get a raid message here. We're going to raid full box. When we get there, happy, Tuesday. Show us your game. Make us think. Show us your game. Twitch raid. Here. Boom. Happy Tuesday. Show us your raid. All right, everybody. Proton, thank you again so much for the raid. Have a beautiful day. Remember, everybody, keep coding. Copy and paste. Copy pasta. Get ready for that raid. Keep coding. Keep growing. Keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.